Okay. You have ace three Mel raised to you.
Okay. Um, Usually I think this hand is too bad to call. So either you fold it or you raise it.
Okay, let's see if I did. Yes.
Yep. Okay. Um, hmm. I think we can just check behind.
Let me ask you a question here,
Um,
Mel, just out of curiosity. Are
Say
you
again?
going to, let me ask you a quick question if I could.
Yeah.
Do you think you bet more with the ace of spades or more with, let's say, the ace of hearts?
Well, more with the ace of spades because you have the back door, but the small blind, it depends on who the small blind is, but maybe they always check out of position and it doesn't mean anything. And then obviously we could bet, but then we get called. And what do we do on a turn where it's a rainbow?
Well, oh yeah, that's true. But yeah, you certainly have some showdown here, especially buy versus spot, and you're in a position, you're running the show. But it might be a consideration to on occasion that this hand, which kind of serves two purposes. You've got a backdoor draw, but also he doesn't have the ace of spades here, so that means he's got less continuing.
That's true. If we bet, I think we're going to bet small. Um, maybe, yeah, maybe 6.5.
And then to answer one question, you said, what do we do on the next card? If we pick up a spade, we continue. If we pick up a king, we continue. If we pick up a 10, we continue. And if we pick up nothing else, then we kind of give up.
Yeah.
Just like when you bet a backdoor, when you bet a backdoor bluff, if the backdoor starts coming in, that's when you continue. And if it doesn't, that's when you go, oh crap. So
Yep. Yeah.
boo.
We get called though.
Mhm.
That's
Uh,
not so great.
Yep.
Okay, let's see. Oh, okay. Um, yeah, I think we now have to fold because if we bet small and they call, they could have any queen or jack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
And to be fair, I think his line makes most sense with the jack because the queen could raise flop.
Mhm. And the nice thing
yep.
is, when this happens to you, you think to yourself, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, because we do some stupid
We
stuff
made
on the
sure
turn.
made sure we didn't lose more money. Thank you.
I mean, I think his play is an error. Frankly,
Mhm.
he has a very small blind's got a very, very strong hand. He's got the nuts
Yep.
right now, and he's only getting value from a stubborn queen or a flush draw,
Yeah.
maybe a straight draw. And
Yep.
Hero here had chosen to take an aggressive line. I think he's better served by checking and check raising on turn.
Yeah.
Um, he could also just bet pot size, which would make more sense, right? Because a queen would fold, but
On turn.
yeah, but a
I
flush,
think yeah, but I don't
flush.
think when you improve that much in the imposition aggressor, um, when imposition takes an aggressive line, I don't
Hmm.
think you're served too much by choosing to lead into him because just like here, where Scotty was choosing to bluff with an appropriate bluff card with the ace of spades, it just
The,
folds. And as Scotty said, he did him a tremendous favor.
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
my idea would be here, if you bet like pot size, I think flush draws like ace X of spades with another spade would continue. And same for diamonds, but he's blocking the diamonds.
Yeah, he definitely has a portion of his range he's getting value from. But
And the queen
in this,
will fold against the. I'm not sure
so
if
then
we have to fold ace queen. We are not folding ace queen here.
I,
Probably
I
not.
think that he's scared in blind versus blind. He's scared of monsters under the bed, of us having one of the two flush draws, and he's going to make sure we don't get, that he charges for it.
So,
And it just makes it so easy for us to fold.
so what
Yeah, I
I
sometimes think
actually
that a
want
lot
to
of
say is basically we are basically inelastic with our calling range here. So it doesn't really matter if he bets like 10 or 30.
Yeah, but I still think the bet's a mistake. But
yeah,
yes,
I mean,
It,
well,
but
you
if
don't
he
think,
bets,
what if
if
we
he
had
bets,
like 7-6 of spades? Are we gonna call a pot size bet? When even if he's semi bluffing with like the back door or some bluffing with the front? I don't know if we're entirely last that.
there we go. All right. Rosie or Rossi, if you want to turn on your mic, feel free. And you've got the next hand. You've got ace eight suited on the button.
So I'm going to caveat that. I'm going to say I'm very new to this.
Great. Welcome.
So I may not know what I'm talking about. So we've got ace eight on the button. I think that is an open,
Good. What size?
I would say. I'm going to go a standard size, 2.5 here.
Great. And you get 3-bet.
And I think I'm calling that.
Okay. We call.
Okay. Let's see. So I think I might want to be raising at that point.
We can. What do you think about the raise, Larry?
I think raising is fine. I mean, so the important things to think about here when you're deciding to raise are, I think, one, are you in position or are you out of position? Your position is important here because no
Yeah.
street is going through without you deciding there's not a bet. And you're on
Mhm.
flop here and you have two more streets. And then you couple
Yeah.
that information that you're in position with what your SPR is now. So we know the pot is 31 bigs, and he's got about 81 bigs left. So what's that, 2.5 roughly? So I think raising is fine. You've got a very strong hand. However, also, what part of his range folds when you raise? Then a 3-bet pot.
Mm. So I suppose I would be thinking in terms of charging the draws.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
Which is absolutely
This
fine.
is
There's nothing wrong with that perspective. And we're probably going to have a mix of well, actually, when I have raises here, but that's true, and we can charge the draws. I think the ace of spades is on board, which is the flush draw, which is important because that gives them less draws. But and so raising is fine. But one consideration here is that you're in position, you're in the driver's seat, you're running the show. Position is extremely important in cash. And so
Yeah.
here you might want to consider a slow play. What an old streamer used to call a smooth call. And go to the river or go to the turn because you've got all the power. Now it's true the flush would come in and that's uncomfortable. But I think choosing to call here is an option.
Okay.
Okay.
So
I need to get better at being relaxed about
Yeah.
that, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it is important. It's important to understand that sometimes you're going to get outdrawn and you're going to lose your
Yeah.
stack. And that's okay.
And
Because this hand over 1,000 times or 10,000 times may be more profitable with the smooth call that Scotty made here.
And we're gonna get a
Yeah.
ton of information from him here,
Mhm.
from our villain here on the turn when they continue.
Mhm.
When they continue, there's, big size, we're not folding this hand. We are going to lose to pocket eights and pocket aces. That's fine.
Yeah.
And we're going to lose to ace king when
Mhm.
a king comes, and we're going to lose to a flush when a flush comes. That's fine. But he's going to tell us a ton right here. When they check,
And that's a beautiful card.
perfect. So what would you like to do now?
So I think I'm leaning towards calling,
Yep, and that's fine.
but that's where the raise goes. Okay.
Doesn't have to. The reason I did it was because
Mm-hmm.
when they bet this size, I went, okay, you like your hand enough to get it all in.
Mhm.
And if you have a flush draw, which you probably
Yeah.
don't, probably nice, but if you have a flush draw, you're only going to put the money in now. And that's why.
Yeah.
If this bet had been much smaller, I wouldn't have done this raise.
Mhm.
There's a little bit
Oh,
of
okay.
math here, right?
Yeah, that was me believing that they were going to call.
Mhm.
There's a little bit of a math problem there.
Yeah.
How much do they have behind and how much do they have to commit? That's
Yeah. It's always ace king, ace queen, or
Yeah.
better.
Mhm. But this was, and so the raise on the flop would have worked and is good. I don't think this person is folding here at all. Like they're probably jamming. We get it all in. The only thing that the call did was it let me know when they bet this big that they liked their hand enough.
Yeah.
Well, one way to think about poker is that it's a game of information asymmetry. I mean, to be geeky about it. And the beauty of being in position is that asymmetry is to your advantage. You get more information because he has to make a choice first on each street.
Oh,
And being in position is incredibly important at this deep set catch.
Okay. Take a look at one thing here, and then we'll go to the next hand. And the next hand is all in shippings if you want it. So here we go. Just when you said ace eight is probably an open on the button, it absolutely is. Just to show you
Yes.
the size of it, all the suited aces, all the suited kings,
even queen deuce.
even queen deuce on the
Yeah.
button. We love it. And we in this group also open ace deuce offsuit. We open all the offsuit aces.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So there's your
Fine.
there is your thing.
On
You
the
go.
button. Yeah.
You're really wide. This is your widest position. If this was a three blind game, like a 3-5-10 game, you would go a little tighter. You'd go something between the cutoff, this range, the cutoff range, and the button range. Something in between those two. All right. Next hand is going to be all in shippings. You got ace queen if you'd like it. So all in shippings, if you want to turn on your microphone, this is your hand. If you don't want to turn on your mic, you don't have to take it, but it's yours if you want it. And if you don't take it, it's going to Bub.
Oh, nice. I like ace queen.
All right, here we go. What would you like to do with ace queen?
I like to raise.
Okay, we did.
hmm
Got 3-bet. Ooh.
Yeah. 0 3-bets. I'm just looking at the stats, but I
Mhm.
would still just call. I guess we don't have enough hands on him.
Yeah. In solver land, we raise big blind 3-bets, and ace queen can do anything.
Yeah, we can 4-bet fold, but I feel like calling is
Mhm.
best play against
Whatever.
someone who looks like this guy. 38-21.
One thing to think about here is that if you choose to have 4-bet bluffs in your range, which depends a lot on your pool and the player, this is probably your best 4-bet bluff. It's blocking aces and blocking queens, and it can
Yes.
flop pretty well.
Like a
I do,
call.
I do the call this time.
We have a queen of diamonds. That's actually good. Let's see what he does. He bets half pot. Okay. Half pot, standard sizing. He would do that with basically whole his range. So I would just call here.
Okay.
I want to see one street.
Okay. And would you consider folding?
No,
Okay. And would you
not with the Queen of Diamonds. If he didn't have that, I would probably just fold.
Okay. I just do the fold. Let's see how bad it is.
It's probably not super bad, but the
It's
Queen
pretty
of Diamonds is pretty good, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yep. So I have 28% equity to the river. And the pot odds he's giving me are 24%, which means my equity on the turn to get to the turn is about what? Just really about what, Bub?
So you have 6 outs plus something, at least 12%, and
Yeah.
then some extras.
Yeah. Yep.
But I don't mind calling anyways, because you have backdoor straight, backdoor flush draw, which might be good. You don't know. And we have 2 overcuts. It's like it's pretty hard for him to continue on some turn cards.
Yep. And then the times that we need that our backdoors that we have to go in and look at our backdoors really strong when you go, hold on, I've got backdoors, I can't fold, is when they're betting a third pot and less. When they're betting more than a third pot, then we're looking more at our direct equity, which is our 6 outs.
Yep.
Which we
I mean, I don't hate the fold, but I personally would just continue.
Yeah.
I'm sticky.
Yep. Right. And Mr. Machine in that situation.
Yeah, this is an interesting one to look and see what our continues are.
Or 3 diamonds.
Yeah, I say the machine is saying like, oh, you have a diamond, just continue.
Yeah. Yeah. So against the small size, let's see just how much this matters. He bets very small, and ace queen has no folds against the small size. Diamond.
I mean, even hands like wait. Yeah, even ace king without any diamond, right? Any ace king is continuing.
Yeah. And with a diamond, you've got some raises. Your ace queen with the ace of diamonds, the queen of diamonds, you got some raises.
What about the
against
big
this-
size?
Right now, let's look at this size.
No, we're gonna need that diamond to continue.
Uh,
Queen of diamonds cannot fold in the sim.
yeah, it can't. Yep. Ace queen in general does. With a diamond, generally doesn't. And then we have this freak club spade nonsense.
Going back to our
But
previous
ace
conversation.
spades, queen of hearts, pure fold, 100% fold. Never call it. I mean, yeah,
All right.
good to
Going
know.
back to our previous conversations about playing in position, the other thing to notice here, you go back to the solve real quick.
Yep.
Is you don't have raises. So we're going to have raises at a higher clip in some situations, but the big thing to think here is that we're in position, we don't really need to raise. Because
Mhm.
he's betting range here. I don't know if he's betting range on the spot, but he's betting a lot on this spot. So again, just to go back to our previous conversation, we just don't really need to raise with any of our range. The exception being queens, because queens kind of like protection against a future ace and king, and they're usually the better hands. So they actually are our unicorn hand here.
And do you know why? Because I know the turn line from here.
Right? Do I know why what?
I mean, we just call because if villain will check to us, we just bet like 20%, 25%, and he will fold way too much because he has to.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I could see that.
So if he checks here, give him a check line, and now we only bet like 20, 25% because he's polarized at this point, but he cannot call.
We have some
And
50s,
then, yeah,
but we do a lot of bet. We do a lot of betting here. Our ace queen turns itself into a bluff.
and it's even harsher against, let's say he check, we bet, he raise, and then we call, and he checks turn. Obviously, we can just bet small, and he will overfold because now he's just saying, okay, I tried it, didn't work.
Okay. we go. We got Rosie. So all in shipping. If you want to turn on your mic or type in the chat, this next hand is yours. Otherwise, this next hand goes to Mike. Don't show the nut cold cards.
Oh, good. A hard one.
Yeah.
Um, 8-9 off. I think we're right on the edge here. You could probably continue. You could probably be okay folding here. I don't know if I want to 3-bet here. I know we do the world's dumbest exploit, and if we're gonna play, we're gonna 3-bet. So in this case, probably would just fold it. 8-9 is in there.
It's in there, small blind versus big blind, and you could apply the world's stupidest exploit to it, but boy, I hate it. This is the time that I would look at his stats and find an excuse not to do it.
Yeah. Um, and
So
this player looks like a decent player so far through 27 hands,
yeah,
which I think makes 3-betting it a little bit better, maybe. But
Yeah, probably.
yeah. There we go. Okay, so I just do the standard thing. And we get the standard flop that you should expect to get with 8-9.
and he should check a lot. He can bet this flop at a good clip too. He decides to bet. I would just call here.
Mm, mm. Top pair pair.
Hmm.
See.
He checks. That I think makes it an easy check for us. Or should we be betting now, considering kind of exploiting the fact that most players will bet this king? I mean, the good players will check occasionally, but I think the average typical player will, if they have a king, they're betting.
Mhm.
So they're probably they're probably under betting here. I mean, over betting when the king comes. And so since they check, I think it tends them to not have top of range. So maybe betting to deny equity from some hands that they can still have is good, or checking is good.
Mhm. So here's a really good example, Rossi, of the thing that came up in your hand. Is it Rossi or Rosie? Either one. The
Right,
example.
Rosie.
Hi, Rosie. Okay. So the
Hello.
example is this makes total sense to bet this. There's every reason in the world to bet this because the hand is scared of the next card. But this may be, there's a definite line where the check back is right and you call the river. You are selling risk because the hands that they fold here, you're way ahead of. All right. So let's see. So I did the check back version of it. And that's the worst card in the deck. This time it was bad. And what he does?
Yep.
That's 620. All right.
Hmm.
It's worst card in the deck.
Yeah, it's a good card to bluff too.
Yeah, it is.
Um, I I think I would probably lean towards bluff catching here. Uh, in this player, like I said, seems decent enough.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, you could probably do one or the other.
The Trapper.
The Trapper.
Yeah.
So had we played this in the other line, we bet here. What's our size, Larry? So when you want to bet here, Mike, what's your size?
On the turn?
Yeah.
I would bet small.
Okay. Like how many?
50% or less.
Okay.
And we get
So,
raised. If we got raised, I would fold.
right,
And if he just calls and then checks the river, I check behind.
exactly. So your line actually saves us money.
Which line? The
Bet line.
betting turn?
Bet line. Yeah.
Yeah.
So in this case, there are two reasons that your line is superior. In this particular case, when he traps, we lose less money, which is surprising.
Yeah, we're assuming he's trapping. Like maybe he's also scared we have a better king too. Like he may be
He's trapping.
he may be pot controlling.
He's trapping. He's not afraid of a better king. All right. Next hand goes two, and then we're doing bub. Actually, let's do it. Let's switch over to bub now, and then we'll start
Do I
there.
get to
You ready,
do a
bub?
hand?
What? You're gonna do bub's hand.
I'm gonna do Bub's hand.
You're gonna do bub's hand. All right,
Give us a hand, Bub.
let's see it. You ready, bub? Bub's dead. All right, bub will be back. When bub gets back, we'll go to bub. All right, next hand goes to Larry.
I'm glad my winding worked. Okay.
Well wind. Oh, you won ace king.
I get ace king. I think we're gonna open ace king with 2.5 big blinds.
Good.
All right, these are always interesting spots. So I think we really focused on here is getting value from these lesser aces. Betting is fine, but I like check raising the button.
Okay, let's see if we go for it this time.
So I'm gonna check. I would check here. I'm gonna check a lot here.
Okay.
Betting is fine,
Yep.
but if we check here and he bets, then our check raise gets a lot of value from parts of his regions of the large regions of his range. So I prefer check raising. So we bet small, that's fine. Let's see what he does.
He calls.
He calls. All right. He does have some 6x in his range. Do we have how many hands do you have on this dude?
4. We're done. He's meaningless.
Yeah. So I think generally we want to at this point choose to either bet small or check. I think bet small is good here. I don't think we get to go polar when the 6 comes in.
Okay,
I could be a little scaredy cat here.
I think the major part of his range is ace X, which we are crushing. We have now double.
I agree.
Punished.
That's a good
We've
point.
now double crushed his ace 5 and the hearts. There are some 6 there, but he's got to be there with a 6 to start with, which is ace 6
Yeah,
suited,
there aren't very many in
6
theory.
7, ace 6 suited, 6 7 and 5 6, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
It
And
depends how
6
loose he is, right? We don't know
Yeah,
how
so
loose he is.
so much more ace. Yeah. So I think we just aim right at right
All
in the
right.
face.
Yeah,
of the
okay.
ace.
Yeah, I mean you're playing without fear. My play was a little fear based.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
If it-
yeah, we're either betting small going polar,
yeah.
and
If the
so
board was like
I think
ace,
your play probably is preferable.
yeah, if the board was like ace jack 5 and then the jack paired, I think he's got a lot more jack in his range than 6 for that. So here we go.
Yeah, no, we can. I think you're right.
Right.
So that's really not what we want
That is not what
to
we
see
wanted.
here. So we just said we got a strong hand, and he says, "I don't care. I've got a strong hand." However, I think we have to be honest about what these imposition raises are, and are they a more bluffed raise than an out of position? And I think they are, because if he really had, let's say, 7-6. Do you really want to fold out his ace, king, his ace queen, his ace 10? I think some people do because they don't want the flush to come in. But I think there's
Mhm.
another portion of the group that another portion of the pool that finds this as an opportune position to click raise. Now,
Yeah.
I would say his imposition raises a click, which doesn't speak to um, a polar, or doesn't speak to a linear range here. I think it's more bluffy when it's a click.
All right.
So we're in hell, but I think folding is an overfold.
So everything you said is true, and the only thing about his click that changes his click raise to me is that my size was so big. So his click sets up
That
so
is a very good point. We
his
went
click is
polar.
perfect. His click is perfect for setting up his jam. All right.
Yeah,
Call
I
and
think
hell.
that's a good point. We could just jam
Call,
this, and that's kind of a bad card.
yeah, call and hell. What do you want to do?
And he chooses, we check.
Or we check. Yeah, we definitely check.
So
which is-
now, so a portion of his bluffs got there around 7-8.
yeah,
Um, and but a portion of his bluffs did not get there around hearts. That,
Mhm.
but I think generally here, when a portion of his bluffs do come in with the 4, we can overfold.
right. Certainly with the 4 of hearts, we can fold.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
but a portion of his bluffs got here with 7-8. So I think we can. I think we can fold.
Let's see if I can find it. Nope, I don't find it. And
Oh, nice. Now that was clearly him turning his ace jack into a bluff,
Hmm.
you
Which
Again,
is-
I think he thought he just had the best hand.
really? Maybe I'm giving him too much credit.
yeah. Yeah. So there is every reason in this hand for me to have folded on the river. Every reason. And we just have to know that one of the mistakes our opponents make is this. And
They're overvaluing their hand.
this is going to be very game dependent. Also
Well,
villain,
this is
but this is
well,
so
well
let's-
played, sir. But are we sure he's not turning his ace jack into a bluff here? I
No,
mean,
we're not sure.
we are not sure.
well, let me ask it. Let me
But if
ask
we-
it in a more studied fashion. At what frequency do you think he is overvaluing ace jack? And at what frequency do you think Poole is overvaluing ace jack? And at what frequency do you think they're turning their ace jack into a bluff from repeat 6 points?
90-10.
Yeah.
I-
92 overvalue of ace jack.
Yeah. I don't think people see their ace jack and think, oh, this is a good bluffing opportunity. I think it's more like, especially with the click back, it just,
The clickback is an indicator. The clickback is an indicator.
Yeah.
Um, I would have been curious to see this guy play for
Yeah.
all night and see if he is an excellent player or not.
Yeah, we
Well,
don't have
good
it.
call, dude. I mean, I think maybe I'm getting too nitty.
Mhm.
'Cause,
So
but-
let's
I
be
mean,
very-
I think you got so your hand is already a bluff catcher
Mhm. on
on
turn.
turn.
Yeah. So let's be hyper specific about one thing. These stakes, this is the $100 game. This is 50 cent a dollar. So in the 50 cent a dollar pool online, which is comparable to the 3-5 pool, the 2-3 pool.
I think that's it's definitely not
I
1-2. It's probably 3-5.
Yeah, but then I think they're still making this mistake. So I think this mistake you're going to see at 1-2, I think.
I'm not totally convinced.
And if we're playing
he
5-10 or
turns.
10-20, then this guy might be, then I think we can't count on this mistake. All right.
So what is your thought? So I clearly called correctly. My reflex is to fold.
Mhm.
But let's walk through your thought process here because I might be missing something. So here we go. So you choose the size, which is fine.
Bet small to get a call from all of his range. He calls.
Yeah. And
Six
you
pairs.
you are saying, okay, well, he's got exactly what he has here, which is an ace jack, ace
Mhm.
10,
Right.
which he shouldn't
Let's
have, by the way. So he's not. You should know that pre-flop he's actually
No.
not a good player. So,
Right.
Mike, I think you're right. That
Yes, there we go.
he's
That's
overvalued.
not a bluff. We're done. I mean, I don't mean we're done with the analysis. I mean, Mike is right. This isn't a bluff because he called us with ace jack offsuit.
Yeah,
Yes.
ace jack off, which which Mike is correct.
Right.
This click is an indicator, right?
Yep.
So if we're listening to his sizing, this click is an indicator he's not at top of the range.
Except that the thing that I said was that my 14 sets this up as is that if
Yeah, I agree. You
calls-
overbet. You
if he
overbet.
just calls here and I check, he's left with an overbet, which he doesn't like with his 6.
I thought he might be making a free. This would be a good freeze bet with his
Yeah.
ace jack.
Yeah, because I checked here. It worked.
I mean, so everybody out there who wants to, solver never uses this play, but a freeze bet has value against humans. So here, when he shoves, what gets you to a call? Other than I've got ace king, it's really good.
Okay. First thing is, and it's important, I don't care about the money. That doesn't mean it's a good idea, but I'm never scared of the money. So that's important. So now I'm just
I agree.
wanting to play. So I don't have that fear. I just want to play right. And boy, this looks like I'm beat. Boy, this looks like a 6. But the hearts didn't get there.
Yeah.
And that's when and I said, so a bluff didn't get there, so I have to be willing to do it more. How close am I to the top of my range in, against this? I'm at the very top of my range. That isn't a slam dunk. That isn't pocket aces. I'm at the very top of my range.
Yeah, you got the best non-two pair plus.
Right. And if he has a 6 here, which is really what beats me, is the 6. And and the free pocket 5s that he could have. He could have pocket 5s here. His pocket 5s, his ace 5, I don't know why he would have raised his ace 5 here, but it did get downgraded. The last piece of it is this. When I look at this, I go, when he has a 6 and my range looks like an ace, I'm probably betting the
Does he
river.
really want to bluff you off it?
Right. I'm betting it's like this is small enough to keep it in, but I'm betting the river.
Yeah, yeah. He doesn't. If you have the fucking nuts here with the 6, why do you want
Yeah, why do you want
Fold
to challenge
position?
pocket kings that are playing weird? I mean, I generally don't have pocket kings here anymore when I bet this size. So I generally have an ace,
Yeah.
and he can say I have an ace. It's
Yeah,
the same as when I
that's
put
true.
in the money with the ace 8 against this guy's ace king, and he called me, right? On that hand,
Mhm.
is that I've told him I like
Yeah.
my hand. And so I'm thinking if I was him with a 6 here, I would do a lot of calling. But what about when I have a flush draw? So the answer is I don't know. The answer is it's the balancing things, they're fighting against each other. And
I think there is an indicator that with the very top of your, if he has 6-5 here or 5s,
Mhm.
he's not going to imposition raise unless he's playing some kind of meta game.
Mhm. Yeah.
So, all right. I
Yeah.
appreciate you going over that.
That was how I found it, and I didn't, and I was not at all confident with it. I'm here going, this is hard. And the 4 of hearts he gets me. Just the 4 of hearts he gets me, I fold. All right. Bub, are you ready with hands? We don't have Bub back.
Yep.
All right, here we go. All right, take it over. And the
Alright.
first Bub hand is going to go to, if you want it, all in shipping. If you want this hand, this is yours. If you don't, that's okay.
Use this. And now go for.
And our goal
I
here
guess
is
this
our
one.
goal-
Yep. Should be fine. I think that's correct. You see the ace queen?
Yep, the ace queen.
Is
These
it
two.
good quality? Should I go bigger? I don't know.
Okay, let's see. Let's see what you do.
Oh, sorry.
Right.
Big button raise.
So
What we do?
if free shipping is there and you want to take this hand, all in shipping, sorry. If you want to take it, tell us what you would do with ace queen suited. Either type it in or tell us. Otherwise, this is going to Dean. So it's going to Dean.
Oh, we're raising.
Okay, what size?
Like 12.
Okay, I like 12. Get called. What are you doing on the flop?
I'll probably bet small because I'm just weird like that.
What small?
Uh,
5, 10, half
yeah,
pot.
10, under half pot.
Okay. I mean,
That's fine.
13 to 10 is fine, right?
Yeah,
And he folds.
just
Well
close
played.
draw. All right.
Next hand. Kings on the button. What are we doing?
Crazy daisy.
Is Dean still playing, or should we give
Yep,
him?
he did. Dean got it. Dean jumped in and he got it. So, yep. Good job,
All
Dean.
right. Good luck.
My name, so I assume because the first one was short. Fine.
What are we doing here?
Oh, gross.
We love the ace, right? It's lovely. No clubs, perfect.
I mean, like, you probably won't get punished for a small C bet, so I'd probably C bet it and just give up after that.
What sizing?
1.52.
Okay, now on this, so this isn't a mistake, this bet of one, but here's the one thing to think about what it does. What this bet does is it makes your life easy. Because
Mhm.
everything that folds has no equity against you, none. Everything that calls beats you or has lots of equity against you.
No, I
I
disagree.
don't.
For this bet, they'll call hands that you're
Okay, you're
still
right,
beating.
Mike, you're right. You're right, Mike. I'm wrong. I'm wrong.
Pocket
You're
eights,
just right.
pocket
Move on.
nines,
Yep.
pocket.
7, 8.
Oh no. Good luck.
Can't fold. I can't.
You fold against 2.7?
No, he said he can't
I
fold.
said I can't.
He says he's not folding till the turn.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, and we face this.
And then my analysis was wrong that we won't get punished enough, so you can see about the flop. Now I'm just folding.
Yep. Yeah. All right. Rob, next hand is yours.
Folded kings.
Yep.
I
All
mean,
right.
I don't know if I fold there, to be honest. Like, there's so many draws, but you know,
Mhm. There are.
but I mean, it's marginal, so I don't mind it. Like, if
Yep.
but
So I
yeah, it's hard.
bet here he raised a little bit. So
He's repping like
what
ace seven.
what hands
three,
would you give him?
Yeah,
Ace
I mean, you
seven,
could have
ace three, and then all the draws.
you could just have a pair, man. I don't know if you could just put him on an ace, but
4, 5, 5, 6. He's not doesn't have a one ace. I
Yep,
doubt.
I agree.
I yesterday I played and I bet like I think I bet like second pair on the river, got check raised. The guy showed like an under pair, like a pair of fives on like ace
Oh
queen
yeah,
X or
yeah, yeah.
something.
Exists. The,
You
the,
can
the,
have like
the,
3, 4.
the check raise river bluff exists. The check raise river bluff with a pair with a low pair is the right one to do it with, but it's rare. It's rare
No,
enough
this was on the flop. This was on the flop.
on the flop.
I like bet a marginal hand multi-way, check raise, and then the
Ugh.
guy just had no. I called and then he checked the river with like pocket fives and I was fuming. Because
There
I
we go.
because I decided not to bluff and the
Right.
river, and then he just showed an under pair on like some
So
like board, and I had like a missed gunner or something, or missed flush. No, I think I had like a missed flush draw or something like that.
So let's take a look at this hand before we go
so
on.
so my
One
reason my reason
thing about
for
this hand.
folding here is basically I'm very unsure. He could have a draw, right?
Mhm.
Like any club draw. I don't know. But he could also have an ace.
Mhm.
And now at
That's
this point
4,
I'm
5.
so uncertain that I don't know what to do on the river after I call. Let's say I
think-
call here. What am I doing on the river?
Oh, your
But just-
river play is easy. Your river play is very easy. When you call here, you're playing Fifth Street Chicken.
Yeah, because then
That's what I'm
I
saying. You call.
I believe that he doesn't have a club door. Maybe clubs don't
It's what you do. You
get it.
call. Even if you put one on ace, you call. When the club comes, you can just bet 2x pot and he's going to fold his whole range. Pretty
Oh
much.
wait, but what
When he
if?
checks, you're saying when he checks, Lewis.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
if
yeah,
he
yeah.
just bets the river, I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
pretty
fine.
hard.
You
That's
fold.
fine.
Yeah.
Or if he bets small, like say it comes a brick and he like just bets like 2 into 10, like 2 into 25 or like 5 into 25, you can try raise him off, maybe. Or no, actually I'd call. Your hand's kind of too good. Like if it's like a deuce and he bets small, you could still win by calling. So maybe I wouldn't actually. Not with this one, but
But let's take a
yeah.
look at one other line here. On the flop, if you play this as the marginally made hand that it is, you check back the flop. He bets the turn, easy call. He bets the river about the
True.
side, close, not that far from the sides, only facing one more bet, and you call. And then he shows you an ace, and you're fine. You paid two small bets. If he bets big enough, there's a size at which you will fold the turn. There's a size at which you will fold the river. But that's when you treat this hand like the marginally made hand it is, then your decisions are a little easier. When
Isn't
okay,
that
this,
board just a range bet? Because
let's find
I
out.
think
A button,
No,
I was
not
shocked.
range.
It's not.
No.
It's if you range bet here, you're doing it exploitatively because you think the guy's too wide or he's not going to check raise you enough.
A7-3, I feel like
Three of
that's just a
clubs.
range bet.
Okay, I'll put it up. 7-3
Who's
clubs.
got
eight of-
who's got the wider cooling? Who's got the wider range when you raise button and face the call in the big blind? You know, the big blind's got a tighter range.
The big blind has a wider range, and we just
No, you're
have...
probably raising like
Yeah, look at you. No,
50% on the button.
No,
look at
the
the big
big blind
blind
is
range.
calling
Look at your range.
wider.
Look at your range.
All those offsuit aces.
Like 40,
Okay.
yeah.
We have
That's
a
your
ton.
range.
We have a ton.
His range is capped. I mean, and the big blind, sorry, that's not raise range. So we go, and the big blind, so the big blind calls, which gives
Oh.
him, on the, I have to put the flop back in, 7 of clubs, 3 of clubs, ace of hearts.
Wait, how can I now look
you've got a lot
at
of
your
these. All right.
screen?
So you check, you can see my screen, right?
No,
Yeah.
I'm actually
Yeah.
too stupid to do it.
Okay. Right.
So somehow you stole my screen, and
I
now
stole
I
your
cannot
screen.
watch. I cannot watch any screen right now.
Okay, open up, make your zoom window big and you should try to see a screen.
Oh
Otherwise,
no, I see it. I see it. I
there we
see
go.
it.
Here we go. So he checks. This is your bet. You're not range betting, but you're betting every hand, but every hand in range does bet. Right?
Yeah, close enough. Okay.
Right.
The
And-
kings
and here we
hates it
see
the
the thing.
most.
Kings bets the least of the pairs. It's where
Makes sense.
pure reverse.
Makes a lot of sense to me.
Right?
Yes, obviously.
There's our
Pocket
reversal.
eight should be betting the most,
Yep.
but it doesn't.
Right. And the
Uh,
king really wants a club to bet.
Mhm.
So that's your little lesson. If you want in GTO world, and I like this world for this hand, I like the check back better. It's like betting kings is okay, but GTO requires a king of clubs.
Yep, makes
Queen.
a lot of sense actually, and yeah,
Queens.
I will remember that one.
Yep. Queens, GTO prefers a queen of clubs. Jacks, GTO likes a queen of clubs. Tens, queen of clubs is nice. Nines, I mean, the 9 of clubs, whatever.
Yeah, but you know, I think range
Yeah.
bet's fine. If you're like he's low stakes, he's probably gonna be way wider than like
Mhm.
the 30x% of hands he's supposed to call. So like you can get value.
Right.
You know.
But here is a heuristic that you should have in your mind and then violate it for a reason, which is when you have the underpair to the top pair, the direct underpair to the top pair in any situation, that is going to be very, very often a check because it is the definition of a marginally made hand.
Yep.
Right? There's a king on board and you have pocket queens. Just that because it is the equivalent of ace deuce, right? The hand that is going to you're going to use to protect your checking range the most of your top pairs. That's what king is. King is one worse than ace deuce. So reasonable way to think about it. All right. After
All right.
Dean is
I tried
Daniel.
to see the
Oh, let me stop.
screen again.
Stop
Here,
the screen.
here we go.
Here we go.
Okay, we had that one. Now we have pocket queens. Limp on the button.
Yep. What would you like to do, Daniel?
Oh, Daniel. Okay. Sorry, just got here. What are we playing here?
I have pocket
10
queens.
10 NL?
Yes.
Okay. 10 NL. What would I like to do here? I'd probably bet like 4 or 5 bigs.
Okay. Good. And
okay.
the theory size here is we're going to go pot size +1 at least, which is pot is 3 times this bet plus the dead money in the pot, which is only this because ours is here. So that's 5. So 5 is the minimum. We can go more.
Yeah.
5.5. Great.
So
Mike
if I would
exploited-
be, let's say
So 7.
player 5 would limp and I'm player 6, I would raise to 4.
Mhm.
That's just
Or-
how I do it. It's
Mhm.
like Yeah, and out of position, I go a little bit bigger.
Yep. And Mike goes to 4 there, and I go to 4.5. I include the small blind. Both are right, no problem. Mike wants to go to 6 or 7 here. So, Mike, why? Why do you want to go extra big here? I
Oh,
don't think.
just exploit the clear bad player on the button.
Mhm.
And you're probably a bad player in the big blind. The short stack kind of indicates something. So I'm thinking we just want to go a little bit bigger.
Okay.
And this is fine. Like this, the 5 is fine, 5.5 is fine. I
Yep.
just would like, for me personally, I would probably size up.
Okay.
It's interesting because I always thought I'm the guy who is going like a little bit bigger than most people. And yep. Okay,
Yeah.
next time I try 6 or 7.
Right. And the
Actually,
thing
I
that
will do that.
And the thing I want you to pay attention to in all the hands you're not in is this guy, since he's limped this button, he's probably limped before. And so I want us to know it before by watching the game. Did he limp and then fold to a raise? Did he limp and call a raise, and what size? So I want to have a sense whenever this happens, if I can, of what size this guy calls. Because there's a guy in my game.
Actually, he never limped before.
Yeah. Okay, good enough. There's a guy
And to
in
be
my
clear,
who-
I'm not being balanced. Like I have queens. If I had kings and aces, I'd still, 6, 7. If I had pocket, say sixes, if I wanted to raise, I might not make it 6 or 7. I'm not being balanced against these players.
Okay. Don't
you
need to be balanced.
Sorry.
Let's see a flop.
Right. And just the last thing on this is there's a player in my game who will limp 1 and will call a raise to 15.
Yep.
And so for that guy, you should know that, and I want that raised to 15. All right. So,
Sorry, I just wanted to ask, like, do you guys care about their stack sizes being like short? Like, does that affect your bet sizing?
Yep.
In that spot? Okay.
It's Scooby to
Size
go a
always
bit
matters.
lower, but it depends on the guy, the short stackers sometimes I find are just there to gamble some, but some are just just it's the only money they have in the account and they're a bit scared. It depends.
So you go lower to like induce like right? Or like
Well,
do you go
I can't. I mean, I
that's
kind of want
fine.
action. I'd go a bit lower. Yeah, yeah. I go a bit
Yeah.
lower. Like yeah, 5. But like, say if the guy was 100, I might go like 7, like as my default.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and
Sounds good.
the way you think about that is on a hand where if this hand turns out that you want to get all the money in, because what's the what sizes set you up nicely for doing that in your 3 streets? The guy's got, tw 20 big blinds.
Yeah, it'd be a mistake to go too big against a guy who's got like 20 or 30,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Yeah. Against the guy's got 20 or 30, you should be jamming or making your 3-bet very small, like tournament
You're
small.
you're 2-bet.
To his limp. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Your 2-bet should be small because any money he commits a stack. All right. Ace 10 goes to
Well, did the guy fold?
Yeah.
Okay. God. Why do we even do that hand?
Because he
Wait,
wanted to-
I was just showing.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
It's just VPIP.
We need to be
and
selective, guys, man.
No, it's the VPIP. It's a VPIP filter.
we try to speed run it, so
Yeah,
that's the
right.
idea
So
basically.
Rob, you got Ace 10. So Rob, Ace 10 on the button.
Yeah, I fold.
Good fold. Let's see what he does.
That's fine. You can do either.
Yep. But it's a better fold than a raise. Much better fold than a raise.
Check.
No, this is a range bet board, I think.
Mhm.
I could be wrong, but I think it is.
Does anyone like the 7?
Wait, what? Let's see. What did you go?
I mean,
I mean-
what would you do here?
Oh, I thought you were talking about the flop. Sorry. I mean, someone's playing the hand. Are we not asking someone?
Yeah, it's Rob's.
So
Oh,
did we ask him on the flop?
I just said check on the flop.
Okay.
And he made the small bet,
Yeah,
right?
and then he called.
What would you like to do now?
I'm gonna check behind. Yeah, I don't know what I'm turning a bluff into here. So
So the reason that you bluff here is a general principle. When I'm not saying you just have to do it, but this is the principle I have in mind. When you bet backdoors as your bluff and your equity comes in, that's when you continue. And when they don't, you don't. That's where you bifurcate.
And
Now, that
My
doesn't mean
backdoor is like a
your backdoor was a straight. You had a backdoor straight.
right.
And there
Which-
and we
It's a
can
really good chance he
bluff.
has a 9 in his hand. I get
chance
it.
he has an
I
eight.
get
There's a
it.
good chance he has an 8 or a king.
And,
All
and
those
the
things
thing
come-
is, I can probably bluff any club.
Yeah.
I can just blast on the river
Mhm.
on any club.
Yeah, I guess with the ace of clubs, you do have some hand there. Okay.
I mean,
Yeah,
Bob
I
could
like
have
that.
value. Bob could have value here. Like on the button, you free bet these low suited connectors sometimes.
Ace king here,
Yeah, like you could have pocket
ace
eight.
king here, ace king. I would do the same with ace king.
You have
bet.
10-9. You could have 10-9, 7-6,
Yeah.
8-7. You know, you can have loads of value here.
But mostly you have ace king for value.
Mhm.
That's your mosted valuest hand.
Yeah, I don't know if you'd bet ace king. Would you bet ace king every time here? I don't know.
You guys,
Yes,
I would.
I
is
would.
get this large?
Yeah, you would.
I would. All right, let's see what he does.
Oh, okay, now you fold.
No,
Oh,
I
sorry.
fold. Yeah.
I hope when he folds because
Yep.
damn, why did he do it? I hate it. I don't
Probably
see
because he
his
had a
hand.
set or a straight.
He had a set straight.
Are
So
you-
it's fine.
Yeah.
We have
Are
to
you
fold.
supposed to bet that
Yeah.
large? I was just wondering,
Okay,
like,
so-
if
Let me
because I
show
was
you.
thinking about like betting small because if you get, they're gonna raise a hand anyway. Like,
Oh, ace 10's not
like
on
I was
here.
expecting a raise against a good hand. Like, if
Oh no,
you
it
had
is.
20,
It is.
Yeah, this is the ace 10 you found.
Okay, let's solve it. Let's see.
You found the 2% ace 10.
That's fine.
So
Is
that's
anything wrong with the bet sizing, or what are we talking about?
but when you find the ace 10 and you 3-bet it, your 3-bet was fine. So you 3-bet it.
Okay. Oh, you mean pre-flop?
pre-flop,
It's probably not the best, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But I know
Good fold.
you told me on button I can call or raise, and I thought ace 10 is probably the bottom of what I would
Ace-jack.
ever call, and then I 3-bet it.
Yeah.
And ace jack I would just call.
Yeah, ace jack, right. So in this case, going back to this world before the flop comes
I
up.
found the pre-flop size.
You want to be I mean, it's a polarized
Yeah.
free betting range.
Yeah,
so
yeah, and
ace
then
10
ace
off
jack-
recently
Yeah.
goes into it.
I
So-
thought ace jack would be more like a call, and ace 10 is more like a 3-bet because it's the bottom of my whatever I have, right? Ace 10
That's
offsuit
cut off.
against early position.
Against the cutoff. You played against the cutoff in your mind.
In this case here, I am
He's
playing
the low
against
jack, but
low
this is-
jack.
Right. I'm saying he's the low jack, but you played him like he was the cutoff. That's what happened.
Oh, okay, that's
And you
bad.
played him, and here's the hijack. Here's the hijack where it's exactly the thing you said. Ace jack is like a call, so ace 10 is like a raise.
Mm.
But it's just
Yeah. I mean, it's not a mistake. It's fine.
Right. And his raise, by the way, this is against 2.25. He went 2.5, right? So little more dubious level, but you did it. And now you want to see going forward. So you did it. He called
So-
flop is.
My God, I don't know how to change screens.
Sorry, you don't have to, okay.
Zoomed
It was-
so fast.
it was-
I
it was
always
ki-
tried
it
to
wa-
go back to
It
the
was
other
King
one.
8-6 rainbow.
Thank you. King X6 rainbow. King eight,
Uh,
6 rainbow. He checks to you.
Is this a range bet? It is.
It is
like
a
I thought
range
it
bet.
was.
So
Yeah,
you bet
king high.
Yeah, you just 3-bet him, right? So you 3-bet him with everything, right? And your 3-bet was the medium size. You went, sorry, this was
C-bets.
against the button. Sorry. This was against
We
the
need
button.
a 3-bet here. Don't.
Jack,
Oh.
3-bets. We're in the wrong node.
Oh.
Right, here we go.
Okay, this is where we
It's-
see it's not a range bet, and I was
King
completely
8,
wrong.
He checks. We range
Oh
bet.
no, okay,
Thank you.
okay. It's
We
still a
range
range bet.
And there's
Okay.
your ace 10 range bet, right? When you get here. So we're going to play the ace 10. He checks. We range bet. It's mostly small. We took the small size. You know, there is some big in it. The ace 10 mixes them. We took the small size like a normal person. He calls us. And now we pick up the equity of a 7, and it's an offsuit 7, right?
No, it was suited because he had the backdoor flush draw. I mean, we got the suits
Oh,
wrong, but
right, that's right. We have
it was
the
clubs. It was
it was
clubs, but
clubs, and so right. So we have the ace. We're gonna have the ace of
So it was 8
well,
of clubs, king of diamonds, 6 of spades, and the turn was 7 of clubs.
okay, so in this
so
case, 7 of hearts, and we have the ace of hearts. Here we go.
yeah.
7 of hearts.
We don't. So our
We have
hand
the ace of hearts.
is
Yeah,
we
because
have
we have
ace of clubs and 10 of diamonds.
yeah. But but in this world we have the ace of hearts. And
Just
the ace
because of
See,
the
look,
Okay.
flop you
Yeah.
put up.
right. But here's the important thing. The ace 10
always,
almost never checks it back
yeah, because
because that's what we're saying is you picked up the equity you wanted to. The ace
Can you?
jack,
Is it the same with the other ace jack and ace queen here?
no. Look at how often these guys check back.
well,
Because
with the
these
back door, you bluff.
right. These guys will bluff there, but they need it. The ace 10 has the gut shot to go with it. You don't
Yeah,
have
gut
to
shot
with
support.
club
Yeah,
spade.
good point.
Yeah. So our hand, if you've got the ace of clubs, which in this case is the ace of hearts, you never back off here. You
Well
always
played, sir.
So you're saying
Inter
I did a really good thing.
on the turn.
Just
Yeah,
blasted.
yeah. You
You did a very good thing on the
you,
turn.
you played this hand perfect, but I think,
Yes,
in my
you played
view,
this hand
I like
perfect.
the aggressive. I like the aggressiveness of free betting. I like
Yeah.
the range bet. I like the barreled, and I like the fold.
Would love the fold. All right.
Oh my
Rob, you're
God.
the hand. And Larry, tell me what you think of Rob's hand. Here we go.
Sure.
All right. So we had this hand.
Yep.
He blasted. I fold. Next hand. Ace queen. That's a good hand. Let's win at least one hand, please.
Rob.
Is it?
Go ahead, Rob. Have I
Oh,
lost
it's me
Rob?
again. I'm sorry. I
Oh,
don't know.
I skipped you, right? Yeah, I skipped you.
No, you did me last time.
All right. Well,
Like
you get another one. You got
through the
another one.
flop. Okay,
Yes.
okay. Um, 9. I'm trying to get better at. Okay.
So
I
what
was
people
always going
are
to
saying here
7.5,
is
but I
oftentimes like 3x of the opening size. I personally go like 3.5, something like this. Around this. A little bit
yeah,
bigger.
yeah, no, 7.5 is my normal. But I'm trying to learn how to be a little more.
Mhm.
I'm trying to learn the pre-flop polarized range a little bit. So
Any
I guess I get a little aggressive. Okay.
So the wizard loves 7 against 2, and that's fine. And 9 is nothing. There's nothing wrong with 9 against 2.
All right, all
Yeah,
right.
I agree.
My default's probably more like 7.5, but I seem to get into trouble with that. That's why I upped it a little bit this time around. All
That's
right.
That's not what's getting you in trouble.
He
Oh.
checks, and we have ace queen on 9 high with I don't know what, but we have ace queen.
He
What
called
now?
the 3-bet. Yeah, I'd check this back.
Question for you. What are you gonna do with the ace of clubs, queen of hearts?
I'm gonna check that back.
Okay. I think we're probably gonna bet more with the ace of clubs here.
Yep, we'll find out.
Actually,
Ace of
I
clubs
would bet
is
small.
yeah,
Like maybe like the 4.8 range that he is in.
yeah. I think we bet ace. I think it's fine to check here. I think it's probably the right play. But I think
I see your
I would
point.
get in the habit of when we have the ace of clubs here. Well, we still are the only ones with aces and kings and queens here. He doesn't have them. So let's bet when we have the ace of clubs.
And
okay.
the bet that like he made,
Yeah, I think it's
if
makes
I
sense.
bet, that's where I would bet, like right there.
Yeah,
It's a
good sense.
range bet, right? Or no?
Okay.
So we bet. What happens?
You get called.
All right.
Check.
Interesting. We see bet. I would have checked, but I think it's. I don't think this is a range bet board, but if you think he's wide, why not?
I have to be honest,
Oh,
like
on the flop, you're referring to?
The other thing to think about here is that he has started with not a full stack. So that's a consideration.
Yeah. He's
So,
calling pretty, yeah. I
so Rob,
I
so you,
I'm lost on this turn now. Like I
oh,
want to check it back. I want to get yeah, but I sure
let's show a
that's
really easy way to get to the check back decision. It's a really easy one. When you bet
it's
this,
comfortable,
you
yeah.
bet two overcards and a backdoor straight draw, right? That's what you had.
Right, right.
Therefore, let's continue when we get one of our overcards or we get our straight draw. So let's continue when we get a 3 and a 4,
True.
and let's not continue when we don't. That
So
gives
my check is
And
okay.
ace queen is actually showdown value, right? Because
Yeah, it's showdown value.
he
We
never
can
has
win.
ace king. Ace king is very unlikely.
Yeah. We can win against clubs on the river if it goes check, check.
If he has
So,
ace jack, somehow we can win.
right. And so what I mean by that is I don't mean you should always bet this. I'm saying when you're looking for your decision, you're looking for your heuristic, here's one of the ones to consider. When I bet backdoors and I pick up my equity, I continue. That's how I get my bluffs to that street that I needed them to be. And when I don't, I don't. Because
Right.
otherwise I have too many bluffs on the river. It's just a way to shape it's a way that shapes your range pretty decently. Okay.
Right. But
And
to like to pick like so my check was okay.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the
All
check
right.
here is the
Thank
real,
you.
but you're
Okay.
saying
All right.
I'm lost. You said I'm lost.
Well,
Right. And
yeah,
so
because I don't have yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
even on flop, I don't mind a check,
Mhm.
but I think going aggressive on flop is more. It's just a better line because
yeah,
people just overfold.
yeah, okay. And let's see what you do on the turn.
And I hopefully don't bet, but if I bet, I would bet big here. So let's see what we do. We check.
Right.
Checking is good. Ace queen is good. Check line. And now he does check. What are we doing?
I'm gonna check back
Yay!
and take it down.
Yay!
Yep. And we
Don't do that.
lose.
We lose.
Oh, we lose 2-5-6.
Yeah.
But
We
but but
expect
it's
to lose
fine.
a lot.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Next hand.
Okay, give me a second one here. I want to show you
Is
a
that
thing about this. We go.
could that be
Okay.
triple barreled? Just because you could have those 5,
I
6,
could have triple
7,
barreled
6.
But-
No,
because
I'm just wondering. Like just because there's 7, 6,
um,
5, 4 in that range, or what is it? 6, 5, 7, 6
Yeah,
in that
so
range
Daniel,
of three
you
betting.
have every reason to do some triple barreling on that board, but your specific hand is not the best choice for it because your hand can win sometimes. And so
Yeah.
triple barreling is expensive.
Oh,
You don't
ace queen is pretty. Yeah.
you wanna
So
have,
so let's say you have 10 jack
Yeah,
of diamonds here.
yeah. Well,
That
watch-
would be a perfect hand to barrel here.
Yeah.
Blast it and then jam river. I mean, okay, here we hate the jack, but
Yeah.
let's say we have
Yeah.
eight queen, something
Yeah,
like
well,
this.
here,
I don't
we
know.
don't have a queen. We never have a
Any
queen.
hand that doesn't
We-
make a pair.
Yeah, we never have 8 queen because we don't three bet it. But here we go. So on this flop, this was the thing Larry pointed out. Your ace queen, look at what you do with the ace of clubs and the queen of clubs. Ace of clubs and queen of clubs love the bet, and without them, they prefer the check, but they're okay. So you made no mistake, but this is the heuristic that Larry picked up on and is absolutely a crucial one. This is something we should know. This isn't in the weeds. This isn't in solver weeds. This is good for real play.
One way to simplify this is just ignore the checks and ignore the low frequency bets with
Yep.
the backdoor spades. Just bet when you have a club and check back when you don't.
Yep. Simple will get you balanced and make you hard to play against. It's great. It's a great strategy. And the reason that this is so important is that on a club is that remember we said when we're playing backdoors, we continue when we get them. So when a club comes on the turn, we get to continue. And when the club doesn't come, we don't. And when the 3 or the 4 comes, we do. So, okay. So here, so you took the bet line, which works, and you took the small size. Notice that with the club, it does the large size more often. It really likes the large size, but the small size isn't wrong. So we take the small size, but it hates the middle size. So you bet small, right? Is that right, Bub?
Yeah.
Yep. So Bub bets small.
Or
He calls with his
like
5-6. Good enough. Now we get the shit of shit cards, which is the what?
It's like 7, wasn't it? I can't remember. Was it a 7?
What was it, Bub?
7 with diamonds.
Okay. 7 of diamonds.
Like that's not going to be a good card. Yeah,
He
he has
checks.
donks.
Right. He
I
checks.
mean,
And now we give up on.
You check.
We just check range with it. Now, let's make that 7 of diamonds. Let's give ourselves a bluff card in here instead. Let's give ourselves a club. Let's give ourselves the disconnected club. If we
I wonder
can.
if he does a check, but bet
10
check
of clubs.
deadline.
10 of clubs.
I don't think so over.
He checks. We just check this board back. Always.
I mean, it's a broken
No,
it's a broken node. Like the primary bet size on the flop is
Oh no,
is
I didn't
big.
screw that up. Did I? I
No,
don't think-
no, but look what you mostly bet big on this flop. So like the small
but
just
the small was still well represented. It was 17%. It's not a broken node. I mean, the 50% bet is a broken node.
for
So
that.
this-
I mean, how many
specific
I mean,
hand?
All right.
I mean, it's just a little bit less.
We
Well,
so in this solver, we check all kinds of things. Let's see. Let's just look at a couple turns because this surprises me. So he calls, and now we pick up a 3 of diamonds.
Why didn't you give it the 7 of clubs? Or...
I'm going to try that too. He checks. We are just checking after we bet the small bet. All right, one more time, and then we're going to move on. 7 of clubs. Shocking. 7 of clubs. When he checks, we just check range.
I think we just completely lack any nuts on this board.
Right, let's get an ace.
Is it okay if you do the cutoff, like a bigger sizing on the cutoff flop?
Sometimes, but against this size, yeah. Let's just get something good. Let's just pick up our ace. All right.
I think
I'm done with the solver.
I think if you do I think if you change this flop size to a large 50%,
yeah,
or like
when we have the bigger size here, I can't. It's probably not going to do.
I forget if it's 50% or.
I told you it's a broken node. Like,
how can it be broken other than that it's broken?
I don't know if it was 50% or 57%. Yeah,
right. Now 7 of diamonds. He checks, and we bet a ton.
There we go.
We bet a ton, and note that when we get here, our hand loves, our hand loves the chip. Our ace queen really wants a heart and a diamond, and I don't care why. Okay. Now, when this 7 is the 3 of diamonds, and we pick up our back door, check.
oh, you're gonna bet big.
Ace queen. Still those a mix. All right, I have nothing intelligent to say, other than next hand.
I got some hands. If
We'll do some. We're gonna go through some more of the of Bubland and try to do them faster. All right, Bub.
All right. Do you see it?
Ace 4 suited. Yep, ace 4, and this is after Rob. This is skate.
Alrighty then. We're in the big
Are we
blind.
playing this?
Yeah, we're gonna call to the size. We're definitely gonna call all of our suited aces.
And
I have a question here, which would be important to me. So first of all, let's say you have 5-6 offsuit here. Would you call 6-5 offsuit?
Fold.
No.
In a
Fold.
tournament.
Not.
Fold. Only your 5-6 offsuit is folding against the button also. Only against a small blind in position are you considering the
I've got another question for the group here.
I think 7-6 off. You fold
So
too.
yeah, we don't have any offsuits. Yeah. But my question for the group is this hand the kissing cousin of the magic solver hand?
Yes.
And if it is, what options do we have?
It
Like
is.
a 3-bet. You're saying like if
Oh,
it's a
yeah.
3-bet?
Yeah, this is the kissing cousin of magic solver hand.
Yep.
Magic solver hand.
Against the cutoff, I
we
think
are
it's a good
always
chance.
taking the 3-bet.
It's
And
that's
here,
true, but ace-6 is, I guess, a call. Ace-6 suited is a call, and
yeah,
ace-4
ace-6 is different because
suited.
it doesn't make the wheel.
Yeah, but ace-4 suited is, in my mind, just mixing. So we could 3-bet and call.
Yeah, I think that it's important to have hands like this in a 3-bet range.
I'd even call
Especially,
more, but
yeah, I think this is a really fun 3-bet hand, frankly.
Yeah,
Solve does the peak solver doesn't do it against the cutoff, but it's perfectly fine for all the reasons Larry said it. And I bet I think the wizard does. I'm gonna go look at the wizard now. Peak doesn't, but
Okay, next question. If we
Against the
3-bet,
bottom.
what sizing? What sizing?
Well, let's test skate. If
12.5.
you're going to 3-bet here, what sizing would you use?
Yep.
With skate's hand.
okay. Since he's kind of deeper. I wish we're not somewhere around like 8 or 9.
I would go
9.
way bigger.
Yeah, you want
Bigger,
to.
10.
So the 3-bets in cash are pretty extreme. Almost, it feels almost ridiculous. I think probably your size here is between 10 and 13.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah,
personally would
that's
go
exactly right.
12 and a half, maybe 15. If I 3-bet. So if I 3-bet, I would go like 12 and a half or 15, something
And
like
I would
this.
argue when we're at the lower stakes, which I think most of us are, we are incentivized to 3-bet bigger for 2 reasons. People don't really like the fold; they want to see a flop, but also our rake is so high at these lower stakes that it's very profitable to take down any kind of money we can without paying rake. And no flop, no drop. We're not going to pay rake if we win it pre.
and the fact that the fact that neither the wizard nor peak love the ace-4 in this situation, they peak wizard loves king deuce and king 3 and then a little ace-5, but you're in that right region. You're not wrong for doing it. If you choose this as the 3-bet in real life for the same reason as ace-5 is good, so is this. If this is one you choose. All right.
Yeah, and I think going a big sizing like 12 and a half or 15 would just make sure that, let's say he has ace-8 suited, he probably has to fold, right?
He should.
Yeah, if he go like 15, he's like,
no,
okay,
he
I'm not
calls.
playing here.
Yeah.
He calls
I'm
3-bet ace-X suited if you 3-bet.
And the wizard goes to
in
13.5.
position.
So
Yep.
14 and 15 is not crazy at all. All right.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Let's play it out
Okay.
then.
I check. He did bet small. So we have an ace, queen, 10 board. What are we doing?
Oh, by the way, somebody mentioned that we're not calling any offsuit. Of course, I mean we are calling. So the worst offsuit pre-flop we are calling, I'm assuming, is going to be like Jack 10, something like that. But
Yeah.
So personally,
Well,
I prefer calling suited hands instead of calling offsuit hands, if that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Just
Okay,
an
maybe.
overall rule.
The offsuit call, when we said no offsuit, we were talking about the offsuit shitty connectors. The 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9. That's what we meant.
Right.
Oh,
Those tournament hands are not in range. The broadways, the offsuit broadways, king 10, queen 10, do some, king 10 never folds, queen 10 and jack 10 mix with a few folds, but they mostly fall. King jack, king queen jack never fold.
you don't
Oh,
call
so-
8, 9.
so-
We will
No,
see
fuck
8,
no.
9. We will see
9,
8, 9
10.
calling in the big blind here.
We don't
I'm
do
pretty
9,
sure.
10. Bob.
Also, I just want to
Sorry,
mention,
I'm sorry, I do mistakes.
Yes.
sorry, I messed up. Cutoff, if big blind 3-bets, cutoff has a really tight calling range. They do not call. I thought they called ace X suited, but they actually fold like most of it, and then only like ace 5 and ace 10. Ace 5 is folding half.
Yeah.
And then ace 10 suited is calling.
Gets in there with the old school Jonathan Little. Yep. King 10.
I'm a little bit
Jack 10.
sticky. Sorry.
Yep.
Sorry.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. 1.3.
Yeah. Our kicker is not good enough to 3-bet, of course. So we're just gonna call.
Yay!
All day.
Love it.
Okay. I like your call. Turn.
Yeah, we're gonna continue the story. Check.
Yay.
And he bets 5.8.
Okay. Hmm. Strange hand. Well, he's gotta have a. What? I assume he's gotta have. I mean, if he's, quote unquote bluffing, he's gotta have a very good draw to continue. Otherwise, you have to assume that he has an ace, and there's a lot better aces here than ace four.
Mhm.
Would you agree that this
There's
board
no
is
worse ace than ace four.
pretty easy to bluff? Let's say any king, any jack, any diamond draw.
Yep. So
Yeah.
Skate should be very unhappy right now when this happens, but you haven't lost enough money with top pair yet.
Hmm.
Yeah,
If
you can't fold. So you got to
You're
think
over-
about how his opening range is wider here
Yeah.
relative to if he was in low jack. So
Pre-flop, he raised, we call.
that means he's got more. The Peter Clark term is origin range. Now, Skate, you are right. We are going to lose here a lot, but we can't fold it.
Yeah, that's I'm like torn. Like I don't want to fold, but the other side of me is thinking
One way to think about this is we
Yeah.
fold more
probably be
the farther away from the big blind the opener is in these situations. The closer he is to you, the more we call here because we haven't lost enough money.
okay. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I'm gonna call at least one more time.
We want to lose more money, right?
Yep.
And now what are we doing?
Well, they have the everything advantage,
They
really.
have
So we gotta check.
gazillion of draws that busted.
Yeah,
They
but I
can
mean
have
they can
any
still.
king, any jack, any nine. A lot of diamond draws that busted.
Yeah, I mean in that case they're gonna. I mean, depending on their stats, they might very well check behind.
I
And we
love how I trap Skate for die for that one.
Oh,
And he bets.
they can. I mean,
Here
half
when we
pot. It's like super cheap.
Yeah. Want to fold, the river is highly underbluffed. And with his line, he didn't even check the turn, he just continued.
what about for this sizing?
I still want to fold.
Right.
I think it's a good fold. I think this is just the sizing just makes me feel like he's bluffing, but I don't know if that's
Let's
the
not.
case in
I
this
think
state.
calling.
But yes, this
fo-
is
folding
I
is
think
fine,
it's
but
a
let's
good fold.
let's not forget the math, right?
Yeah.
He uses a half size bet, which is essentially what this is.
Yeah, it's like what's that?
I mean, how often do we have to win?
Where's the
One in
quarter one,
four
or-
times.
Yeah, so this is what I think turns us all into misreads, is that we are going to lose most of the time here. But if we lose 60% of the time, it's still a profitable call.
And then
We
we
gotta
have to
win.
do one more
77%
step.
of the time, it's still a profitable call.
Yeah. Yep. We have to do one more step. Which is before we decide, so we first we classify our hand. Our hand, as Larry calls it in the world, is a bluff catcher, right? So you start with the question of, is he bluffing, more or less often than 1 out of 4 times? 1 out of 4. If he is bluffing 1 out of 8 times, we fold. If he's bluffing 1 out of 2 times, we call. And we do that based on what we think of this player, right?
Yep.
Does that make sense?
And
One
when
out
I
of 8.
mentioned a lot of hands, I can see people are bluffing here, like King X, Jack X, 9X. So it's pretty easy to bluff on the river, in my opinion.
Right.
So
Now, Lewis.
maybe it's wrong, but
Right. Right. Now, but Lewis says it's an underbluffed board, but I want to check something, Lewis, here. When you say underbluffed, do you mean it is bluffed less than 25% of the time? Or do you mean it's not, it's bluffed, mostly they're not bluffing, like they're only bluffing a third of the time, 2/3 of the time they have it. What's your number when you say underbluffed? Do you mean underbluffed compared to GTO or underbluffed just like it's not bluffed very often?
Not bluffed very often.
Okay.
I mean, it's way less than GTO anyway. Like I'd say this is a better hand like
right
90% of the time.
I need
That's
a number.
my number.
Good. 92% of the time it's a better hand here. Great.
Yeah.
We fold. Easy. But we make one more step before we fold. We ask the following question. Is our bluff catcher, which it is, that's what the hand is, better as a bluff? I'm not saying it is, but ask yourself that question. Is it?
It went bet, or was it
Check bet, check bet, check bet, check bet, check bet. Check bet,
check bet.
So we start here.
I think it's good because you're not blocking
I
any
call,
flush draws.
I check,
on
he
the river.
bets, bet, call, and check, bet, and now
Yeah.
your decision.
I mean, he's representing like he has like, he has to have king jack or like really good. I mean, good enough to barrel 3 times. Yeah, I mean, hearts is a great. I mean, you're not blocking flush draws, so
His
it's like
sizing
it's
doesn't
one of the
speak to king
candidates
jack.
in terms of the suits.
His sizing does not feel like king jack.
Yeah.
His sizing.
No, I agree.
His sizing feels like an ace. Feels like he has an ace. Now, does it feel like he has ace queen or ace 10?
Let me think. Triple barrel. Would I triple barrel ace?
I mean, you chop with ace 7,
jack.
ace 6, ace 5, ace 4. You chop with.
Yeah, but we're not. But we are not playing for a chop.
I tell you what, ace queen,
two pairs.
ace 10
We're asking whether
looks
to fold.
I don't think he has ace queen or ace 10. Just how the turn played out. And then on the river he should bet bigger. I don't know. Ace queen, ace 10. I mean, they are still a little bit scared of the runouts, right?
So here's what I mean. First of all, I think that this card is a terrible card for us to turn our hand into a bluff. It doesn't scare any of his aces. Right? A 9 is a much better card to turn into a bluff. A repeat 10 is a really good card to put into bluff. The diamond might be. All those are possible. They fit that we have a really good story here. Larry says that he would like to have ace jack because that blocks the king jack. Problem is ace jack really is good. Ace jack beats a fair amount of his other aces.
That's a fair point.
Right. So ace jack is one that I don't know that it has some real showdown value. You're saying I want to get with ace jack, you're saying I want to get ace king to fold. Exactly. Because you're not trying to get 2 pair to fold. You're trying to get 1 pair to fold.
All right, let's see the bluff.
I don't think this is the right board for it. But before you call and before you fold, you have to ask the question, is this hand better as a bluff? And we look at the stack size, we go, we have $90 left. We have enough to turn this hand into a bluff. Yes, that's good. He bet half pot on the river. That's a good sign for us to turn our hand into a bluff. Those are 2 good things. And the board is a bad thing. So with those 2, with that balance, Skate, what's your mood? Are you on team call for the bluff catch, team fold because we're beat, or team bluff? It's your hand now that you've considered all 3.
I'm gonna go with my original thought and
Team
stick.
fold?
Yeah.
I'm with Skate. I'm on team fold. All right. Let's see what he has.
Also, I was just wondering, do you guys ever just like if it's so close, like do you ever just like raise just because in case they might have a better, like a slightly better like
I think you made
hand.
everything correct.
Roosevelt, you're killing
And
us. Give us the reveal.
Yep.
I'm super sure if we raised we could have get a win because he has ace nine.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And,
Wait. I was gonna say.
actually,
I did not think he would
but
do
super
this with that
nice to
hand.
see that you dissect the hand down like this. And actually, we're correct, right? It's ace nine. It could be something like this: ace jack, maybe ace
Yep.
seven.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
See, I think about that. I don't think he should have bet the ace nine there, to be honest. But like,
you
sometimes
should
I
check.
think
He
about
can check
raising just
back
in
and
case
win.
someone does that, where
Well,
it's so close.
I think he needs to. I think he
But
needs to bet river. I mean, it's thin value, right? It's certainly close to the cusp,
Mhm.
but he's going to get called by some queens. He's going to get called by lesser aces.
He got
It's
called by
not a
me.
comfortable bet.
I
Here, let
called
me
with
finish my
ace
point if I could.
four.
It's
I
not
love
a comfortable bet, but it's a bet that is what really separates very profitable players from
This
non-profitable players.
He's
This is a
getting
thin value
called
bet,
by
and it's the right bet to take.
Right.
yeah.
It's
He's getting called by
uncomfortable.
calling
It doesn't
station
feel like
like me.
you're betting and you're always going to win, but it's a thin value bet that should be
yeah,
taken.
Yes. I love his play.
Yeah. I personally
I-
do as well because
yeah.
I'm just calling.
Right.
I have ace four. I don't know the way to play back at this point, and I think ace X should call on the river against this sizing. And if I would have found a raise just to turn my ace into a bluff, that would be sick, but I didn't. And I think calling ace X here is probably fine,
Right.
even a
Now,
solver land.
Yeah, I mean you're bluff catching, and it's a fine bluff catch.
mhm.
So, but I'm just saying
I think
his
he's
value
bet.
bet is great, and yep, I cannot do a lot against it.
Nope, the
Except
only thing you can do,
bluffing.
but there is one thing you can do, Bub, against
Yeah,
it, which is
raising.
you can suss out the thing which is that this felt like a thin value bet. This felt like ace and one pair. And when you ask yourself, can I get one pair to fold? We got two answers. I think that that my hand is not good. I think that I can get one pair to fold. And I have enough stack depth to do it. Those are all good. And the thing that turned me off of it is I said, I don't like the story that it tells because it only fits ace three. Ace three is the only story that really does this well. And I wanted to have more things to scare him.
Yeah, and then my second thoughts are maybe like myself at times that maybe Bub is a little bit on the more on the aggressive side when he shouldn't be because I mean if you think about it, yeah, people could fold one pair, but the one pair that they're less likely to fold is going to be the ace, I think.
True. That's true.
Yep.
I'm saying that we are going to take a line that is intended to get an ace to fold. Do you want to do that?
If I would raise here, I would raise to probably 40 big blinds.
Yeah. Yep.
I think there's no.
Mhm.
I'm not like
Yeah.
going like 20 or something. I'm
No.
just going big.
No.
40
No,
big.
he bets 9 into 19. The pot is 30. You've got to go at least 40. You might have to go 60.
Yeah.
50. Yeah. Yeah. And again, you get to decide if you want to be in the business of trying to get an ace to fold, to get top pair to fold here. You got Derek says he should never do this because his pool can't fold an ace here. They never fold top pair. That's why when Derek has pocket tens here and pocket threes, he gets all their money. Brian makes his living trying to get people to fold, maybe not the ace, so maybe not this board, but trying to get people to fold single pairs, top pairs. And you get to decide, and it's expensive to do whether you want to do it. But the thing that you have to do is consider it. If you want to be a good player, you got to go through that. And we considered it, and it would have worked this hand, and we decided not to do it. All right, next hand.
And my reasoning is just, I hope he can have like King X, Jack X, that he bluffs.
Yeah.
And he
You hope
didn't.
he has it.
So, yep.
But remember, I want you to be more specific than he can have it. I want you to say that he can have it more than 1 out of 4 times. More than 1 out of 4. Because Lewis says, and in Lewis's pool, because Lewis is playing perfectly, he knows his pool perfectly, that they have it, that 90% of the time they have an ace here.
Mhm.
90% of the time they have an ace here, you cannot call with your ace four. You have to fold.
Or
That's fair.
check raise.
You don't, right. You have to fold, but you have to consider, am I going to try to get him to fold the ace? And then you have to do a different set of math as will they fold it? But you got to consider it. All right. Ace nine goes to, that was Skate. It's Josh if Josh is here, and if it's not Josh, it's Lewis. Let's see.
Hijack
Yeah.
raises, small blind calls, which
Right.
is important, and we are in the big blind with ace nine suited.
Josh, are you there? Josh, two,
Yeah.
three, four. Okay,
Yeah.
Josh, it's you. What do you want to
I'll
do?
just hello,
What?
Yay!
just call.
Oh, it's calling. Yay!
Like just
Any
when the
reason
small
to squeeze it? Do you like squeezing in the
you
spot?
gotta
Or not?
well
When
the
you say
small blind
no, we
should
don't have to.
be should have something pretty good.
I personally
Well
calling.
because we can squeeze we're gonna be out of so I mean it's different if you're if you're gonna be on the button, squeezing from the button.
Yeah.
We check. He checks as well. And turn. Check to us. Queen is the turn card. Can we do something?
Yeah.
Or should we just fold?
What would you like to do, Josh?
You can check.
Damn it.
We can check.
You can check.
Obviously.
You have some choice.
We
We're
can
not
also
trying to
bet.
build a pot, no. Okay. I mean
We're not building a pot, Josh. We are bluffing. We are
Yeah,
bluffing.
exactly. I'm actually bluffing you. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Right. We are bluffing. Bye, Rob.
The guy here folds and small blind continues. Here,
Great.
he just calls.
Mm-hmm. On the river.
Okay. He checks. Sorry.
All right. What
He
do you want to do,
checks.
Josh?
check it back. Honestly, like
That is the one thing that I am against.
okay.
I'm okay with you checking the turn and checking the river. But if you bet the turn, I want you betting this river.
All right. Let's see
That's
what
very,
I
very-
did.
He has very, very few queens. Now
All
you
right,
beat
blast it
his
then.
flush draw. You beat his flush draws, which is nice. So
Mhm.
there's that. Let's see what happens. Hopefully he had a flush draw. He did. Yay.
Yeah, but we
I
beat that
agree
anyway.
with you, Scotty. I didn't like my check here.
No.
I actually wanted to bet on the river, like half pot. Yeah. I didn't do it, and yeah, I didn't feel good, but somehow, I mean, I know ace nine can have some showdown, but even if, I think betting is better than
By the way,
checking.
the mic's off. To turn it back on,
I-
slide the
Oh
switch
my-
on the back of the device.
No, I disagree, Bob. I think check's way better. I've made it in my game to bluff less on paired boards because I think recreationals don't like to fold pairs on paired boards. That's from my experience.
If
Good point.
the
Good
pair
point.
would be a jack, I agree, but on a queen, it doesn't really matter, in my opinion. So if the middle pair pairs or the bottom pair pairs, it makes a difference. But here, top pair
No.
pairs, we can still have any
I wouldn't be
queen.
surprised if you bet and then like a five calls, ace five off calls. You bet 75% ace five calls. I wouldn't be surprised. But
Okay, interesting.
So let's talk about
that's
sizing there, Lewis. So go back to that hand real quick.
Oh,
to be
Um,
honest, I zoned out. I can't even remember how the hand played. Like
Yeah,
like
this was
why are we even still in the hand?
because
okay, so here
Because of-
raised, called, small blind called, and we
Yeah,
are in the big blind with ace nine.
We just decided to bet the turn for no reason really, you know.
no, we're
Oh,
doing
Into a
no.
multi-way
we're turning
pot
our
out
hand
of
to-
position.
no,
We
we're turning our hand-
decided to bluff. That's
It's-
all.
So if we're going to play this as a bluff, and it's a perfectly reasonable bluff, because this is what we do. We say player 4 is devoid of queens and jacks on this line. He is drained of queens and jacks. Player 1, when he calls, because he didn't bet his queen the second time, he is heavy on flush draws, straight draws, jack X, and 5X, and some weird pocket sixes, pocket sevens. Okay, that's what his range looks like when he checks there. all of those things, and he calls. So we can turn our hand into a bluff because we've been given permission. Player 4 checked the flop and has shown himself to be weak. Player 1 has checked twice and has shown himself to be weak. So we can take this pot. The reason
Yep.
to not take this pot with this hand is this hand has some showdown value. It has an ace. So we can check it back and go to the river and win sometimes. But we chose the bluff line, which is reasonable. I would have bet bigger on the turn here. So I would bet 1/3 on the flop, but on the turn, I would bet more like 5 here because I'm intending to do a 2-street bluff and I would like to get more money in. I would like the flush draws to put more money in before they fold on the river. Okay. So, but we did the bluff.
After checking the flop, you would bet bigger on
I
the
bet
turn.
5.
Okay.
I bet
Yep.
5 here.
That's fine.
But the bet is fine, and the bet of 2.5 does the same thing. That I'm not correcting you,
And
saying what I would do.
and I think, yeah,
Right.
I
But here's the
cannot
risk.
disagree because player 4 is still the guy who should have ace queen, ace jack, ace 5, any pair,
And he
that he
and-
would
and
bet
that's-
on the flop, but he didn't. So
right. That's
he
what
actually has nothing. He doesn't
exactly.
even have a flush draw.
Right, exactly. And when we bet, he folded. So that's what I mean. So this bluff is great. I'm going to bluff bigger. Now, when we get to the river, and Louis, I want to do the two things. So what goes on in player 1's mind? So what is player 1's range when he calls here? It's flush draws, jacks, and 5s, and then weird pocket pairs like pocket 6s that didn't want to bet, right? So he's got a marginal pair most of the time, and a flush draw most of the time, and a straight draw most of the time. That's what most
And
of his range.
very rarely queen X,
Very
weak
rarely queen
kicker.
X.
Yeah,
Right.
very
Very
rare.
rarely queen X. So on the river, we get the brick of bricks,
Mhm.
and he checks to us. Now, we can check behind and beat all of his straight draws and all of his flush draws and win. So that's a great reason to check behind. We can bet because then we can try, we're targeting him to fold a jack, a 5, and pocket 6s. The thing Lewis pointed out, and I think it's a really good thing to point out, which is why would they want to call a jack here more when the queen pairs? Because they believe we have less queens. So we want to get in their heads. You were saying when the top pair pairs, Bub, it's not so bad for us as the middle pair. But here's why it is. When he has a jack here, he says, well, you don't have a queen as often because the queen paired. It's harder if you have a queen. So that makes the bluff harder. So that's the reason not to do it. So if you do the bluff here, you don't bluff 75%. You have to bluff bigger.
Yeah.
If you're going to try to get him to fold a jack and a 5, you've got to bet bigger than normal because the queen paired. 7-7 got there, yes. Yep, 7-7 got there, and he also might not be devoid of queens. He could have flopped pocket 5s and be slow playing you. Those things happen. But this is the thought process. When you get here, you go, I'm going to check it back and beat his diamonds and his straight draws, and that's good enough for me. Or I believe that I can get his whole range to fold for a big enough bet. And if that's true, if the thing I just said is I can get his whole range, except for pocket 7s, which is rare, to fold for a big enough bet, then then that bet is more profitable than just the check back. What is that? And so this hand was Josh's hand. So Josh, if you're trying to get a 5 to fold, a jack to fold, and pocket 6s to fold here, what is your size?
9 or 10. Yeah.
Okay. Now I add in the thing that Lewis says jacks are going to be stubborn here because the queen paired. What's your size?
Yep.
You want to get a jack to fold?
Yeah, folding a jack, and the jack thinks.
All right, I would bet 2x.
Yeah, that's the calibration I agree with. That a jack doesn't want to fold, but it's going to fold to right around 18 to 24, and at 9 it's calling. It's calling 9, 10. It's calling 11. It's calling 12.
So sorry. So one observation: if low stakes players don't want to fold their bluff catchers on a paired board, on the other side of the coin, do we then get to go bigger for value?
Oh,
Yes,
We do have a.
we get to go pot with a
crazy.
queen.
Okay.
We get to go pot with a queen
All right.
and get
You
called
also
by.
don't have to balance.
Well, I wonder if we get to go bigger.
I don't know. That's what I was saying is now we're getting a distinction between the jack and the 5, and the players are different. So
Something I want to say about this hand I don't really want to try to get a jack to fold.
Then you played it perfectly.
Well played, sir.
And
Next hand.
Yep.
I mean,
no,
if I had
no,
ace
no,
queen,
it's
I'd probably jam
it's
this, to be honest.
no.
Like,
The idea is more like
just sticks.
okay, let's think about it. Let's say oh well. So on this, we bet small. He calls, so he can have 5x. I mean, if we bet like a small sizing, that would work. And if he has just a flush draw, I can just check back.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna win Porsche with range here. I think we're
And
gonna drive Lewis crazy
the-
if we continue to go at this pace. We might want to pick up the pace a little bit.
Oh, sorry.
I mean,
Okay,
I mean,
next hand. Next hand.
I'm gonna go soon anyway, so
Yeah,
no
I can't
worries.
take it.
Next hand.
Yeah,
I just
Aces.
got stuff to do.
Small blind.
You have pocket aces, Lewis. You can't leave now.
4 big blinds.
You have pocket
Okay.
aces.
Why do you want to raise to 4 big blinds when you have the best hand in poker?
I do this all the time from the small blind. That's my
Oh, this is your
normal
default
open
size?
Yeah.
All right, never
4
mind.
bigs.
You're fine.
I get called. I bet.
These
What's
are
okay,
always,
Lewis,
already.
Lewis,
Okay,
Lewis.
sorry. What are you doing?
What do you want to do?
I mean, you're supposed to check this board a lot in theory, but I might just bet because I don't think they're gonna put money in with trash. So yeah, I might bet like small, probably bigger than this though. Like I just press my third bet size. All right. Now probably gonna bet again. Like think what's like a hawk. I probably bet like 70% here, so like 7 point. Okay, wow. Now it's kind of annoying.
Yep.
I think I'll just fold. I think he's probably got a flush too
What are
much.
your pot odds to
What would you have
have the
done
board
pre-flop?
pair here?
Also,
All right,
sorry.
quads. What are your odds for that? Anybody guess? What are the odds?
20%, 20%, 20%.
Okay, I think you already knew it, Scotty. But
It says it.
I can count 10 to 10 on my fingers without.
Wait,
Yes.
Lewis, what would you have done pre-flop? Would you have done the 4 bigs on the small blind with the aces?
If it's your standard size, just do your standard size.
yeah, I mean, I
Okay.
was
I was just
going
wondering
to
what you-
bitch and
yeah.
moan because it wasn't a standard size, but Bozabub was using this as a standard size. No
Yeah.
worries.
So what are you using from small blind? 3 big
I
blinds.
think the
mean,
default's 3.
yeah.
Yeah.
It
I
doesn't
do
really
3.5.
matter, right? It's
I do
3.5 or
I do
4.
3.5.
Out of position, I just got bigger.
Anything between 3 and 4 is great.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
can
this
do
is fine.
anything.
This is fine.
I see
And
people on
5 is not
Zoom.
wrong. But-
I see people on Zoom who just do 2.5 because people fold too much. Like as an
That is
exploit.
actually a very good exploit.
Well, yeah, I don't like I like just to keep things simple. That's my preference. I don't like to make it too. I just stick to one size so I just understand my strategy. So, but I don't. But like, yeah.
I don't
Some
think
people
we
do that.
fold. I don't think we fold turn.
Anyone likes a small
but-
bet on the flop,
I
or
don't think he's
would
bluffing
we
enough. A
do
short
anything
stacker.
else?
I think a short stacker in position is just going to cool a heart.
Yeah, but no,
That's why
if you have like Jack 10 here, Jack 10 of hearts, why do you want to fold out your hero here? He's betting into you with the nuts. You have second nuts. Why would you want to fold them out?
Well, oh, I thought you meant cooling the jam. Sorry, I misunderstood.
No, he's talking about player 2. He's saying he's putting himself in his mind. You're saying he has a flush, let's fold. And Larry is saying, I don't know that a flush jams here.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean a flush is getting bet into big. I mean, you could argue he's got
You mean
lesser
this one?
flushes, like he's got like I don't know, 4-3 of hearts.
5-4 with
that-
one
in this
heart.
play. But we're too far up in our range for this.
Yeah, seriously, you're gonna fold out
this imposition.
everything but a flush? Or
20% of the
Yeah.
time we're going to boat up, which isn't that much, even though we're being offered 34%. But I don't think we could fold this hand.
Okay, so you think there's
half the
yeah, I
time-
don't know. It depends on I don't know. Without any reads, I might
people would
just
do this with pocket sixes, man. They would
yeah.
do that.
You are right. Yeah, maybe sixes, but wouldn't the sixes raise the flop?
You have a redraw.
The flush raised the flop.
Yeah.
Well,
I
maybe
don't
not.
know.
The sixes are more vulnerable than the flush.
Yeah.
They're vulnerable to another heart coming. So it's only the low flushes.
Folding
I would say one
top
thing-
set here to this jam imposition was pretty nitty.
Yeah, I think
Because
it's good to be
hit-
nitty.
Because the very top of his, you can exclude the top of his range here, right? You could, he probably is not doing this with the queen high flush. He's probably not doing this with a jack high flush. So you're left with like 4-3 hearts.
He
maybe
could have Jack 10 with the
7,
Jack
5
of hearts.
hearts, but it's not very much of his range. I just don't think you can make a fold him.
I think it's just his tack size just too short, too small. Like
I
that's
mean, I
like
think
if it was 100 bigs he's jamming, it'd probably be a different story.
I think it's
But-
marginal. I don't mind if you call, like, it's not a massive mistake, but I just expect to see a flush like almost every time.
Well, how often do
But-
you have to win here?
You have to see if he has to have a
I
flush.
need to get my calculator out to do
here's
that.
the thing, Lewis. He has to have a flush
369.
more. He has to have
I
a
just
flush.
want to say something here. So
You have
let's
like
say
28.
we don't have the flush, right? But we have a billion of redraws. Any king,
Yeah, you have
any six, any
20%.
three, and any
Against
ace.
flush.
So I mean, come on, we cannot fold.
Plus
Because
he's a
if
short
he
stack,
bluffs
so he's a bad
one
player.
time in the blue moon, if he just bluffing one time, we have top set aces. Come on, guys.
Yeah, I'm not folding.
He's
here.
he's a short stack, so he's a bad player. So they can do all kinds of random
I
stuff
don't
that
care
doesn't
if
make
he's
any
a
sense.
bad player. He could be a good player, and I wouldn't fold.
Yep.
So
we're not-
what if this guy had 100 big blinds? Would you fold?
If it was 100
No,
bigs,
I'm not folding.
Okay,
I
so
might
you're
think about it.
inelastic.
I might think about it.
I'm ace king is on the board, so he has to have a queen high
But-
flush draw.
If
so,
you had 200 bigs, do you fold? You're
Yeah,
200
yeah,
deep.
yes.
I mean,
yeah,
there obviously
I
there's a point where I
yeah,
think
yeah.
about
There's a
folding,
point.
but
That's the thing.
but
Yeah.
but but but
Well,
you
yeah,
but
probably.
you
It's worth
realize there's the
discussing.
ace of hearts on the board, the king of hearts on the board. That is important
Mhm.
because the more bigger, let's say the six would be a queen of hearts. What no? He doesn't always have like Jack 10 of hearts, and then he has basically
No,
nothing.
Bob, there's a flaw with your analysis.
Mhm.
This is true if he wasn't in the big blind, but in the big blind and you're in the small blind, his calling range is all of those hearts. So
True.
all the way to 7. So 7-4 of hearts is a call, big blind versus
He has
small
more
blind.
hearts than you for sure.
Yeah, he has all the hearts.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
true.
Right. So
But
that's what
we
you're saying.
have all
He's-
the redraws.
Yeah, it's not like he was in the small blind and called you where his hearts are only the good hearts and the suited connectors. He's got suited 2 gappers and 3 gappers here. He's got every suited queen
Mhm.
here. He's got every suited jack here.
Why don't we
So,
play some
having said that-
old school hand reading? What do we think we're going to see here? I think we see here.
5-4 with one heart.
I think we're going to see. Yeah, 5-4 with one heart's an excellent one.
Jack
And,
Jack
uh,
10 with
given
a
Jack
Jack of
10
hearts.
with one
7-8
heart
hearts.
also.
We're going
I
to see
think-
flushes
I think
and
we're behind.
overvalued. We're going to see flushes and overvalued 2 pairs. That's what we're going to see,
Yeah.
and we're going to call because we
Yeah,
have
you
now-
might see
three,
king 6.
but there's only king 3 is also
Yeah, we'll
possible,
call
but yeah.
Yeah.
King
do we
6 of
want to
diamonds.
see it
yeah.
right now, or do we?
I'm
wanna
guessing
talk?
low flush. Go,
Oh.
reveal. Low
Okay.
flush.
Oh my
Boo.
god! 4
Yeah,
of
we're
hearts
fucked.
on the
We are
river.
Brutal.
fucked.
We
That's
are
like the
so
worst.
fucked. Oh no! we
Yay!
are-
Oh, pocket sixes. You were right. You were right.
Yeah.
Now, before we get off this hand, I want to point out one thing. We would prefer to have pocket 6s and pocket kings here to pocket aces with our call, because then he has more aces to be overvaluing. He has more 2-pair combos and more good aces in his hand, all of which we beat. So that's better for us, but the aces are still enough.
Yeah, I
Because-
would-
You prefer
would-
bottom set to top set.
I prefer
Well-
bottom set to top set here because he doesn't have the 2 upper sets in his range, the aces and kings.
He can't have ace king 2-pair, yeah.
He can have ace king 2-pair, but he doesn't have that a lot because he 3-bet that a lot. But he can have ace 6, he can have ace 3, he can have ace 4, he can have ace 10 that he overvalues. There were more hands for him to overvalue. He overvalued him. When I say overvalued, he didn't. He's supposed to go broke with sixes here, and that's fine. He didn't raise on the flop because he wanted to see a non-heart burn off first. That's what he did.
Okay.
So
regardless of the result,
Yeah.
do you think this is a punt call or is
not
it
at
fine?
all, under no circumstances, because let's do the math here.
But-
How often are we ahead already? Okay, let's say we're ahead of 6-6 and we're ahead of all the two pairs and we're ahead of all the mistakes. So when he's betting for value, how often are we ahead? Lewis said not often, but so I'm going to say, let's give us 40%. We're ahead. So 60% of the time he has a flush here. Let's just give him that. I think that's high. 60% of the time we have it. So 40% of the time we just win. Now, of the other 60% where we lose, 20% of that time we win with a full house on the river. So 20% of 60% is another 12%, plus the half of the time, I'm sorry, the 40% that we already beat, that's our 34% pot odds. Because 40% of the time we're just ahead and we just win this hand. And this is one of those 40%. And then of the other 60, of the 60, we win 20. So 40 plus, 40% plus 12%, we win 52% of the time, and we only have to win 34% of the time to profit. We are way ahead. Now,
Okay.
adjust my
never fold, right? We
right.
never fold.
Now adjust my numbers and say that I'm wrong, that it's not that we're not ahead 40% of the time. Let's take us down to he has 3 out of 4 times he has a flush here. 3 out of 4 times he has a flush here. So 75% of the time we have to improve. 25% we win instantly. What is 20% of 75%? 15%.
15%.
15%.
15 something.
15. And the other times, so 15% of the time we improve and win. 25% of the time we're already ahead. So that's 35%. What odds did we need? 34.
Redraw.
Now, the reasons that this doesn't work when it's 100 big blinds deep and 200 big blinds deep is because then the number 34 goes much higher. We need more. The bigger his bet, the 34 moves up to 40 and 45, and then those numbers don't add up.
He needs to bluff way more.
Yeah, he needs to. Well, not bluff. He needs to be overvaluing. And I didn't count any bluffs. I counted 0 bluffs.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, I'm also saying like,
and he has bluffs, and his bluffs have equity against us because his bluffs have, but almost none of his value has equity against us.
Okay, the reason I called, especially I said, if he has a queen of diamonds, queen of hearts as a bluff, sometimes I can call every time. I don't even have to think about it because at this point it's pretty easy. Because I beat value and I also, he can have ace king, right? For value. I don't know if he can have it, but he could also have a6. He can have a3. A3 suited, a6 suited. If this is part of his value, then ace is obviously good. And if he can sometimes has like queen of hearts as a bluff, this is obviously good because now, let's say he has just a flush. I can outdraw a flush with that hand. So pretty easy. Okay. That's what I did. 2.5 raise from hijack.
It only has like 10 combos.
Oh, low jack. Sorry. Low jack, open 2.5. And we have a poster for 0.5 big blinds.
Right. Okay. I want to say one very quick thing about the previous hand and Lewis and my argument about it, and want to give Lewis's point.
The last hand?
Yeah, the previous hand.
that one?
Lewis says in the chat, it's hard. It's hard. You got to fall back on what you know about the player, experience with player 2, and experience from overall pool experience with the pool. I don't like taking a mathematical approach to poker because, in my opinion, this makes you station too much. This is my philosophy to poker. So the part of that's true is if all of your mathematical arguments turn you into someone who stations too much, then you are making a mistake in your math. And you should, and so you have come to the wrong conclusion because you're wrong. So you did something wrong in your math. But the game is mathematical. And so when you say to yourself, I think that he is not bluffing very much, or he's bluffing a lot, you need a number for that to be able to analyze it versus your pot odds. If math is not a natural language for you, then don't use the math that I'm talking about because you're going to do it wrong. And something complicated done badly is worse than something simple done well. So, but to play the game excellently, all your opinions have numbers behind them, and how the numbers work out is how you decide what the general play is. And then there's the second part of it, which we're not talking about at all, which is and by the way, these are specific to your player. So you're assigning the numbers to this. The number includes this player's tendencies. How often does this player bluff? Things like that. And sometimes you know, and sometimes you don't, and you can't get an exact number, but you have to rely on that. But the last part of this is we also should, playing live, look at the person. There are live tells, they exist. All right, moving on. We've got ace four.
I was gonna say, wait, I was gonna say that is a good point. I was gonna say, like, for people who are good at math, though, and this is common, where it's like, don't skew the numbers to make your decision be
Yes.
right.
Don't convince
Also, but yeah.
All right, we have another hand
Yep.
from Bozabub. Oh no. Have we lost Bozabub?
Oh, yeah, we did. Bub's gone for 30 seconds. All right. So I will do a hand while.
Okay, so
Bozabub is
sorry,
back.
I'm back. Next hand? Sorry.
Go
Yeah.
ahead, man. Who's next? Who's next, boss? I mean, Scotty. Scotty's on. I will take this hand. I haven't done a hand in a while because Scotty's on mute. I will fully take advantage of the
Oh, sorry about the
situation.
mute. I hit the wrong button. Yes, it's you, Larry. It's you, Larry. It's you, Larry.
So our options are a 3-bet and fold here. You're playing on party poker with known players. Do you remember who this player was?
They are all sorry. They are all unknown. I played a little bit with these guys. So I know player 4 is a guy who could limp and fold, and he sometimes raises.
All right,
That's
so
all.
we call that splitting his range. So he's splitting his range between limps and opens. Is that correct?
Yeah.
All right, well, this hand is then probably better as a fold.
And we also have player 3 who somehow, I guess, got into the money. So, yep. So you would fold? I didn't.
Well, if this guy's splitting range, I would fold, but 3-betting is fine. But if he's splitting range, right? If he's saying I limp my marginal hands, but when I have a good hand, I raise. Well, that looks like a pretty good situation in which we can fold ace jack.
I cannot disagree. So, yep. We get called.
All right. Well, we've got a good flop. And so
checks.
what is his range now? He's gonna have. We like. I mean, this is a lovely flop for us. He's gonna have 10,
Queens,
10
kings,
to 7.
aces.
He's gonna have some ace queen here. He's gonna have some people have ace king here. He's gonna have ace 10. Well, we have a hand that you definitely can value bet, especially with the ace of clubs. We can feel much more comfortable calling a check raise. Um, that's our SPR is deeper here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we started the hand a little deeper.
We started around 150 big blinds.
Yeah. So what's most? I mean, it doesn't matter where we start. What's really important is what our SPR is here, frankly. The most important issue is what is our SPR and what is his hand and what are we going to do about it? So I think I like a larger bet here because I think the ace of clubs is a key card. I think that we want to bet half to 3/4 here.
Half to 3/4. So 8 to 12, right?
Some plays 8 to 12, yeah.
Do you like 20?
I don't. Do I like 20? Do I like an overbet here? Sure. I think it's important to have overbets. Yeah, I like an overbet. Sure. Get in.
Yeah, but
Larry, question. Are overbets on the flop uncommon and overbets on the turn more common? Is that just I don't know. I don't mean that you have to play like a solver, but
yeah. I think they're more common on turn, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
There are very few. There are yes. Turn is a more common overbet. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Great.
the idea is oftentimes we bet small on the flop, keep in a lot of hands, and then just blast turn, and he has to fold everything, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
But Scotty, with that said, I mean, I think we should encourage everyone, including ourselves, to take aggressive lines. I think most humans skew towards passivity, so I think it's important to encourage aggression.
Sure.
And this board, I was actually unsure. I wanted to go bigger. I was like, okay, let's say I have queens, I have kings.
Yeah, you have a great hand here.
I mean, ace jack. I don't want to see a queen on the turn, right? I don't want to see a king on the turn. I don't hate to go even a bigger sizing, and it's pretty hard for him to continue against a big sizing.
All right, what's he do here, man? What's he do? What? So I like your sizing.
Yeah.
What's his reaction?
Yeah, I personally thought that is actually too small. I was thinking about betting like 20. So he called.
Okay. So the 6 is interesting.
And
I don't think the 6 really hits his range. We really have to decide now if this hand is good enough to play for stacks. I frankly don't think it is. Against in this early position versus early position, that could be nitty as fuck. It's just we're beating King Jack suited, which he has at some frequency. There's only two combos. We're beating Queen Jack suited, 2 combos. I might
is it
be a little
okay
nitty, but I think the 6 is good. I think that we can bet. Our SPR is what? It's like 2. It's about 3. So I think I like geometric sizing here. I think we get to use geometric sizing here.
Yep.
So let me see. So if we put in 20, gets us to he calls 20, it's 80. I think I like 30. 30, 60,
30 is
100. Yeah, I think I like 30.
Yeah, 30. And if you want pure geo here, it's gonna be slightly more than 30 because the way you do it real quick is you go 30 brings us up to 100 there, leaving us with 90 in leaving us with basically 100 in our stack, so it's pot size. So we went 75% and then we had to go pot. So we just go a little bit more and we'll be at a little bit more, a little bit under pot and a little bit under pot. And that's perfect. 35, 32, 50 is like totally geo here. This is great.
And one thing I would disagree with you is like, okay, we have to go like all in. No, it's not true. We bet like this. He will call, he will check, we can check back.
We can. But if we want to go all
And
in,
the pot is big already, but
Yeah.
ace jack always oftentimes wins in a check line on the river, in my opinion.
right. Now, Bob, but I'm saying is that if you're sizing it for Geo, which is the easiest way to get it all in against King Jack and Queen Jack and 10 Jack, not saying that they're going to call it, against those hands.
Yeah,
it-
that's the sizing I want to use.
Yeah.
It's pretty good, right?
Now, Larry, there's one thing I didn't hear if you said it. Did you say that he has very few sixes in his range because we bet so big on the flop?
I did not mention that, but I think that's a
Yeah.
valid point.
If we did the standard solver size of 5 on the flop, he calls with all his sixes. At 12, he can fold some sixes. So he has less sixes here. Also less sixes than he started with. Okay, great. All right, let's see what he goes. And then if he
So he
jams,
goes here and gets fold. Okay.
great.
Yeah, I think you're fine here. I think you probably had like tens or nines.
And I can tell you that I will check most of the times on the river just to try to win. I mean, the pot is already huge, right? It's like a
Well, so-
100 big blind pot. We have ace
So you're
jack.
you're afraid that he's got you beat, right? What hands?
I'm not.
so-
I'm not afraid, but I'm just thinking. I mean, I sent him out to a point where it's pretty hard for him to have worse
only
hands
like
where I
6
can
numbers.
just value bet.
List the hands. List the hands that are beating you, because when you check back the river, you're saying that he has some hands that beat me, or you're saying he has no hands
Oh.
that I beat that will call. And I'm going to name a hand that will call you on the river that you have beat. He may very well call King Jack offsuit, King Jack suited.
Yeah,
He
okay,
very well could call
but
him
the
offsuit.
problem is if he jam, I'm basically turning ace jack. At least I feel like this. Maybe I'm
No,
not.
if you're turning it into a
No.
bluff, then you're expecting him to fold. Better.
I was thinking that,
there are
but-
not so many hands that can call me. At
But
least
I
in
was-
my
I
opinion.
was thinking
May-
that, but they
maybe
would
they
have
are.
jammed it on the turn, maybe. Or
Right.
like I was thinking more likely if they had a hand that would call you on your river jam, they probably might raise you on the turn.
Right. So but we're going to look
maybe.
at those hands. Yeah, Daniel, you're right. We're going to look at those hands individually for a second. Okay. So the river is going, so he's going to call you here, and the river is going to be the deuce of hearts, and he checks. That's what's going to happen. The pot is going to be, so back up just one thing. So we see that, so we have the numbers here. Just back up one thing. So we have the pot, back up one step before he folded.
Just left. Left.
No, wrong button. Wrong button.
Oh, sorry.
Panic.
What
And John,
shouldn't
by the way,
I-
John, if you turn on your mic, the next hand is going to be yours, John.
I think you just
oh,
press
and chip
left,
in.
left and right arrow.
All right.
Right.
Bob, start sharing again.
Yeah. Give me a second because I try to find.
Okay. And while you're doing that, I'm going to name two hands that might call you, that very well might call you. They might fold, but they might call you for all in. King Jack might call you with all in. Okay. And Queen Jack might call you with all in.
Yeah. So, I mean, the point Scotty's making, which is vital and which we don't discuss that often, is that in cash, you're making your money on the river in the thin value region. It's uncomfortable.
Yes.
It's what the English would call a squeaky bum time, but you gotta take it. And that's how you become a profitable player.
Right. And you can also bet smaller than all in. You can bet half pot if you want. I don't want to,
Wait.
but that's not the important thing.
I
The
don't think
important
it's
thing is-
thin value though. I think it's just.
Yeah.
I think it's
not very up
solid.
kicker. It's, like this.
It's
But
like solid.
But we have an answer of two hands that will call you, that might call you, and you can get profit from.
I think I
Now
do.
you have to be, so now we have to look at the hands that are going to call and beat you. There's got to be something you're afraid of, because it doesn't make sense to just say he has nothing he will call with, because he will sometimes call the King Jack off suit. And if he won't call the King Jack off suit for all in, you're on the Ace Jack hand. Go back one.
Do you see the King Jack suited?
We see the
right
King
now?
Jack suit. Yeah,
Perfect. So
Okay.
that's the next hand.
I know. Give me the Ace Jack hand. We're not done with it.
Okay.
Okay,
Yep.
good. Okay, keep clicking. Good. You three bet him. Check. You bet. He calls. Good.
Yep.
Check. You bet. Stop. Now, I'm going to tell you that he called you here. He called you here. Therefore, the pot is going to be 110. It's going to be exactly 65. It's going to be 106. All right, 106. And you have 94 left. And he's going to check to you. And the river is going to be the 2 of hearts. Now, you have 3 options here. You can check, you can bet half pot, or you can go all in. Those are the 3 options I'm going to give you. If you bet half pot, he is
On river.
On the river. He is likely to call you with king jack. He is likely to call you with queen jack. If you go all in, he might not. You said you wanted to check back and just take the pot because the pot is big, right? You just want to take your 100 big blinds. So now my question is this. Since he will call with king jack sometimes an all in and often with a half pot, there's got to be some hands that he's sitting there with that have you beat, that have your ace jack beat. You have to be afraid of something or you'd make the bet because you checked back. What hand are you afraid of? Name it.
Are you asking me or
Yes,
someone
I'm
else?
asking you. You're the one who said, weren't you the one who said you wanted to check back the river?
Actually, I'm not. I mean,
Did I
let's
get
say
was it someone else who wanted to check?
the deuce of hearts
The
rolls
deuce of
off.
hearts is the river.
Am I afraid of anything? No, I just check call.
Why? No, you're not. You can't check call. You're in position. He checked to you.
Sorry. So I check back.
Check back.
Okay.
When you check back,
You're
I said,
asking what
I would
player
check-
4 could have, right? What player 4 could have that beats?
Yeah. When you check,
He checks and no, what are we really winning? So if the river is not a jack,
it's a deuce of hearts.
it's a deuce of hearts. Can we value bet the river? I feel I would just check back.
Well,
So you're checking
what
back the
hands
river.
beat you though? Like
Right.
he's just asking what hands beat you.
You're right. You're right. What hands would beat me? I'm
I
probably
could
a
there are
little bit
some.
of a
No, they
very
exist. They exist, but
scared.
They exist.
I'm a very scared player in this spot, but the pot is 100 big blinds already, and I'm pretty sure I win it. And if I put in
stop.
more money, I
Stop.
feel like
Okay, stop.
okay, I stop.
This is the part of your thought you have to stop doing to make money here. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Which is the pot is 100 big blinds. That's plenty big. All right. And
Yes.
it's the amount of money it's the amount of big blinds that are affecting you. And you have to let that go. No limit hold'em is a game of, at the end of the day, when we look at it, our differences are based on the all-ins. They're the big pots. We sit there and we struggle back and forth to be winning and losing 5 big blinds and 3 big blinds more often than our opponents are. We're building our stacks like little things. And then there's the hand that goes and it's all in. And that's where the difference of the day comes from.
I have a good if he goes all in right now, what hands would you call?
Oh, right. That's different. You can fold ace jack if he goes all in right now.
Right. No, I mean like it's kind of close though, right? Like what hands like I'm just putting it I'm just essentially just asking your question a different way.
Oh, you mean if he jams on me,
like
here?
Yeah. If player 4 jams here, Bozer,
So you're talking about a check raise
what
shove
hand
here?
We fold.
Yes.
We fold everything except for
what hands would you call here, Bozer?
Jack, 8, ace 6. Those are the hands that I have here that I can call with, and I don't have
would call ace 8 of clubs.
I mean, having the ace of clubs is not great, but we have ace jack. Actually,
you can overfold.
Would you call ace jack?
I'm folding.
No,
It's actually so funny because I think on the river I would call less, but here I would call more. So ace jack.
I'm folding
this
ace.
this hand I would just call. And on the river, if he somehow jams river, I would just fold a hand like this.
Sure. The fold is easy. I'm agreeing with you on that. It's the thought process that's keeping you from betting the river.
Yeah, let's get back to Scotty's point. Scotty was making a very good point.
But on the turn there are a lot more draws, right? That's the reason I would call the ace jack on the turn. But on the river, there's nothing to get there. So maybe I just fold.
Right. But no, he didn't bet into you on the river. This is what happened on the river. This is very important. He called the turn, the 2 of hearts came, and he checked to you. That is what happened. You have got 94 big blinds left, and the pot is 105. And you have 3 choices here. You can jam, you can bet less than full pot, or you can check. And you said you were going to check. And the thing you said was, the pot's already big enough. And I'm going to tell you, never think that again for the rest of your life. The pot is already big enough is not a profitable professional poker player thought. Now, the next thought is, what will he call me with if I jam? Right? That is a good thought. And you now decide whether he will call you with king jack and queen jack on the river if you go all in. Okay, we're ignoring you ever being beat for just a second. We're going to go one by one with the things. So, is he ever calling you with king jack if you go all in? King jack.
I mean, you mean on the turn on the river?
On the river. We're on the river. I'm going to focus you on this. You're on the river. The river is the 2 of hearts he called. There's nothing else happening. There's nothing else in this hand. I don't want to know your range. We're only talking about him and your hand. Is he calling?
After we bet 32, he called.
Yes.
And the river is like a deuce of hearts. And he has king jack offsuit.
He has king jack suited. He has king jack of diamonds. That's what his hand is. Is he going to call your river shove?
Yes. I think he will.
Sometimes.
Because there's a lot of draws that missed.
Right.
And it makes sense to me.
Right. So he's going to call your river shove sometimes with a king jack of diamonds, right?
Yeah, not every time, but obviously, yeah.
Sometimes. Right. And if you bet half pot, he's going to call it a lot, right? He's calling
I think because we have the ace of clubs, right? So we block all his flush draws, which means he has to have.
Doesn't matter, Josh.
I think for Scotty's idea, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Stop for a second. Josh, stop for a second, everybody. Josh, you're 100% right. The fact that we have the ace of clubs means it's less likely he's here on a club draw, which means it's more likely he has value. All that's true, but that's irrelevant for Bub's point. His hand is king jack of diamonds. That's what it is. The river is the 2 of hearts. And I'm asking Bub, is he going to call your jam with a king jack of diamonds? And he said sometimes. And I'm going to ask another question. Is he going to call your king jack with his king jack of diamonds? Is he going to call the half pot bet a lot?
I think king jack's never folding, right? I mean,
sure. But Bub said that the king jack of diamonds sometimes folds the river, but it sometimes calls to a pot size bet. I'm asking Bub, does the king jack of diamonds, this is an easy question, Bub, you know your answer. Does it call a lot to a half pot bet?
Yes,
okay.
Every time. Basically every time. I mean, very often.
So you have a very strong value reason. You have value targets to bet either half pot or pot. I don't care which one you bet. But against the king jack of diamonds, it would be a crime to check back here. Yes.
I mean, okay. You're saying it's a crime against if I don't have any clue about my opponent. Yes, it's a crime. But otherwise,
what clue?
I mean, we
the
can
only
do
you have
what
to
we
have
can do.
Is that he's folding every hand that isn't trips, sixes or better. That isn't jack eight or better. But you just said he isn't that guy, and nobody is that guy. There is nobody in our pool who folds to a half pot bet here or a third pot bet with a king jack of diamonds on this river.
True.
Yep. And I'm wrong about that. There's very few people in our pool who 100% fold it. But moving on, most of your players, most of the time, call the king jack diamonds with half pot bet, and some of them call it some of the time to a full pot bet. So you have a value target, and the value, right now you're winning from your opponent 50 big blinds. On the river, you have the opportunity to win twice as much. That's how big this is. That's how important this is. This is twice, the pot is 100. You put in 50 of it yourself. This is twice as much value as what you've gotten out of this hand. So for you not to bet here, you have to believe that there are enough hands out there that have you beat. You have to be afraid of something, and it can't be that you're not getting called. And when I say it can't be, I don't mean that it isn't. That is the case. You have to stop thinking that way.
Oh, I
So
see what you mean.
so the only reason to not bet here is you are afraid that you are beat because I've given you a hand that will call you, that is logically here. So what are you afraid of beating you? Let's go through it. What's the hands?
Wait. I'm asked?
You're afraid you are afraid that you're beat on the river or else you're betting. What in the
No,
new
no, no. I'm actually trying to get value from 9x, 10x, and queen.
what?
On this turn, when I
Turn
bet
is over.
with this.
Turn is over.
On the-
Bub, we're on the river. I'm bullying you for a reason here, Bub. I love you.
Oh,
I think
fuck.
you're a good player.
The problem is I don't know how to fucking change my screen. I really try to, but I only see my own screen.
Your screen is all that matters. Your screen is all that matters, Bub.
Okay, I see on my screen I'm betting
Right.
32.5 big blinds on the 8 Jack 6 board.
Right. This is correct.
That's good.
You've done the right thing. He didn't fold.
And he folded.
He did not fold. He called you with a king of diamonds.
So
river
what
is the
would
two of
I
hearts.
do on the river when what happens?
On the river. So he called you. The river is the two of hearts. And you said you're checking back.
Yeah, I would check
And
back.
I want you to either change your mind or change why you did it. What hand are you afraid of on the river?
Okay,
List
thank
them.
you. Okay, I try to think about it. First of all, if he had value, he might jam out of position.
Stop, Bub, stop. He didn't jam. What hand
No.
he checked?
Yep.
What hand are you afraid has you beat?
No, I think he's narrowing it down from
Yeah,
hands
I'm trying to narrow down why I am behind.
Right.
And if he never jammed out of position, which he could do with some, I don't know, people are doing stupid stuff like 8-6 offsuit. I don't know how they get there, but sometimes they have it,
Okay.
right?
Great. So now,
but then he would jam it. But no, they checked. So how are we ever behind?
right. And by the way, you are behind sometimes, but I want you to tell me
actually, we are probably not often enough behind to check back. We can just value bet or value jam and win a lot of money because they will call with king jack, queen jack, and
excellent
hands like this.
Perfect. That is the only, so that is the right way to look at this hand. Now, if you tell me all the sixes that he has that he plays this way, and there are more of them than the king jack that he calls, then we can check. But but the fact that the pot is big already is not a good reason. It's a bad reason. All right, next hand.
I was thinking
you're a very good and Buff, I think you're a very good player, and I think you're smart. All right. This hand goes to our new friend John M. If you want this, turn off your mic and take this hand. If you don't, Mike, take this hand.
Should I continue? Because I don't know.
All right. So we don't have John M. Mike, are you around or are you gone? And we don't Mike. Melanie, take this hand if you're still here. Okay. Melanie, if you're still
I'm
around,
here. Yep.
take this hand. And after this, it's going to be Rosie.
All right. Small blind, king jack, diamonds again, cut off open, button call. What we do?
I mean, online in the small blind, I either fold or raise. So I would raise, and I would raise to 12.
Okay, cool. Scotty, by the way, because I asked you that in my DM and I don't know, do we have a calling range in the small end? ever?
Technically, no, but we get to violate it whenever we decide. And the argument we make is we say, I'm not getting 3-bet enough out of the big blind. He's not squeezing. He's not taking a squeeze opportunity enough. Therefore, I can call and see a flop.
Okay.
With this.
We
But
can bend the rules.
we can
if we
bend the
want
rule
to.
absolutely. But Melanie's choice is better.
Yeah,
Because-
Melanie's especially.
Melanie,
I mean, it's important to be conscious of rake. That's 4 big blinds of rake free money if they fold. We'd love that. Now, when you get to higher rake, when you guys start playing 2K or 1K, then we have flats. But here, where rake is, pardon my language, fucking ridiculous, I don't really think we need to flat here.
anyone like or hate my sizing? 12.
I would go bigger.
Oh, you would even go bigger. Okay, nice. Yeah, I thought 12
I
is
think that's
good.
I think that's fine. The stack sizes.
Wow. Solvers tell us that they want solvers like 14 here.
It's probably 14.
I defer to the computer geniuses.
I'm worried about the 70 70 big blinds is the problem. There's like 270 big blinds.
Well,
And,
And everyone folds. We win.
but I don't know how that changes the ranges.
well,
though.
I mean, you've got a point
But you're right
there,
though.
but
Yeah,
but
it is like
it's kind of a wash. This guy's got 120. We got
Give
170.
Melanie the next one.
Yeah, Melanie.
I raise. Sorry.
Right. And Bub, just so you and Melanie know, it was the thing Larry said was absolutely correct. The wizard goes to 12 on the 2.5s, and the peak goes to 13. I'm sorry, it goes to 14. Wizard goes to 14, peak goes to 13, but peak is at 2.25, not at 2.5. But the 12 is not wrong. 12 is fine.
Yes, I would just go. Yeah, it's not
like-
wrong.
yeah,
But go bigger. Go,
Yeah.
you want to generate folds and take that sweet free no rake money.
Yes. 8 is too small. 8 and 9 and 10 are too small. 12 is fine. Maybe 14 is better. No,
Especially against one razor in a corner, right? Because then.
No, wait.
10
Larry, we're wrong. You and I are both wrong.
Yeah, because
Because
I'm
never.
playing here. I'm
was
on the lower side here. Actually,
No, you're fine.
I'm just raising for 12, but I think you could raise for 15 here, and it's fine.
You could, but here's the reason Larry and I are wrong. Larry and I were looking as his open was 2.5 or 2.25. His open is only 2, which means that our 3-bet of 12 is just fine. 13 and 14 wouldn't be wrong, but 12 is just fine. It's not undersized. So Melanie and Bub play better than Scotty and Larry.
I'm a fucking machine.
You're a machine. All right, Melanie, take the next hand.
All right, machine plays pocket trees, raise.
Okay,
I
great.
won. Yeah, I play very good. You know,
Yes, you did.
Excellent.
that's how we play poker, right? You win money
Exactly.
like this.
Right.
Is
But
there
Bub,
no
just so you
Now
know,
you understand.
opening the threes in
Oh,
the
my God.
hijack is exploited.
pocket-
Is an exploit outside of the solver. It's fine to do, but
I do
that
that.
actually folds threes. Threes don't come in till the
It's
cut.
like pocket sixes and above, right?
But there's nothing wrong with it. There's
Until
nothing
the
wrong.
cutoff.
I'm perfectly fine.
170 big blinds deep. What we do now?
Give him the right
Yes.
answer, Melanie.
Melanie, please.
Actually, that deep, I would prefer a suited hand here to call.
Me too.
But I already saw that you called, so let's go ahead.
Melanie, I would prefer pocket aces here.
Yes. No, this is
Yes.
and it's not just a preference. It's such a good fold. This is such a good fold. Even 200 big blinds deep. This is
Yeah,
What?
specifically, like if it's 100 big blinds, it's like, but 200 big
fold.
blinds,
yeah. This is the thing, Bub. Learn this. All these offsuit connectors are folds. Just fold. them.
Actually, this
In a
is
tournament, it's
actually
a call, but
fold.
here, Bozer, it's a fold.
Yeah, in a tournament, this is
This is
never
easy
fold.
call.
This would be like you get slapped if you fold that.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Folding range at 170. Big.
So
It's
even
different thing. It's
direct connectors like 7-8.
fold.
Fold.
Okay.
Look
I think 9-10 off is a fold. I think 9-10
I
off.
mean, I flopped the board. I have a pair. I have a straight flush draw. I have everything. Basically, I mean,
yeah.
he's done. I win.
Okay. So
This is how much of a fold it is that I'm taking your great flop away from you to show it to you before I let Melanie play your fabulous flop. All right. 200 big blinds deep. That we only have a 3. We only have the one at 3 here. Look at all these folds.
Should we check or bet?
Okay, nope, you don't have it back. I stole it from you. I'm going to give it back in a second. I just want you to see it again, bub, because I want you to stop making the mistake.
Can you
All
see a
fold.
screen?
All the
Full
ups.
screen?
You don't see my screen?
We see
No,
your
I
screen.
cannot. I will do this
Oh,
next
Bob,
You
yeah.
see
time. We
yourself.
have to do this in really. I have no clue how I can
Make the zoom
switch to your.
make the screen with zoom bigger on your thing.
I have no clue. It doesn't really
Yeah, I'll
work.
show you later. I'll show you when you're done. We're coming
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
Right.
Because
on.
I cannot switch back. I don't know
Right now.
how.
I
But-
posted it into the chat. I took a screenshot so you can check it.
Good job. Thank you, Melanie. All right. But as played, Melanie.
Are we playing this?
Yeah, we're playing it. As
Well,
played,
now
Oh,
we're playing
we're playing it out.
Okay. Player 5 does check.
it. Okay, so you checked and then he checked behind.
Oh, we have
Uh,
two pair.
Okay, so what is this NL10? Okay. Um,
Hate when
I
players say this. It's like, oh, it's NL1K. Now we do something different.
well, it depends on the players. I mean, a little bit, but there's no stats anyway. So we have 2
With
pairs.
7-8 on this board. It doesn't really matter. Sorry.
Like, yeah, okay, so we have 550 in the pot. I would go for about 3, maybe a little bit more. And then let's see what the other player does, because we both checked the flop, so the other player might think we also do not have a flush. They might not think that we called 7-8, so it's hard to see for him, even if he's a better player. So I would start with like 3 or maybe like 70%, up to 70% of a bet.
Okay. You're saying like 4 big blinds?
Yeah, or 360 or something like that.
Do you like an overbet here? I mean, we don't have anything actually, so we can bet big or go small.
Yeah, that's like a solver play, but I'm thinking, what do we want to be called by? Like, if he was afraid of the flash, but he holds a king or a 10, we want him to call. And then the question is, what sizing should we choose to keep those hands in?
Melanie, do you think if he has a king, will he fold against like a 10 big blinds bet?
Possibly.
Or if he has an ace of diamonds, do you think he will ever fold? I'm
Ace
saying
of diamonds, I wouldn't. I
ace
don't
of diamonds never folds, right?
No.
Yeah. We can bet whatever we like 20 bigs, and he will just call.
Yeah. So let's see what size did you go?
Yeah, I
Let's see.
wasn't sure what sizing, but I just went a little bit over pot.
Okay.
And I actually don't like it. Because if I think about it, let's say he has an ace of diamonds. I could just bet 20 and he will just call, right? I mean, it's so stupid, but I don't know. It's so inelastic. But on the other hand, we want to get called by a king. But 7-8 is not even clear against a king because a 10 could pair, and then my 2 pair is bullshit because any king is better.
Yeah, there are a lot of bad rivers for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see if
So
it-
I don't know what to do here, to be honest. I personally feel like this sizing is too small. If I would go big, I should go really big, like 15. 15 might be better. Okay, that's just me. Okay, turn is a 9 of diamonds. Nice card. What now?
What now? So there's 18 or 19 big blinds in the pot. If the other, I mean, the likelihood that the other player also has a diamond is actually rather low, but if they do, I think the way that I would play this is to go for a maybe 35% bet and then see what player 5 does, because if they re-raise us, we're probably in a bad spot. If they just call, we still have some chances to win the hand. But I would not blast it. I would play very carefully now.
Would you ever check this river?
If I check and the other player now starts to, blast it or bet like 18 or 20 big blinds, then I'm put in a more difficult position, I think, than if I would lead small and then see what the reaction of the other players. Maybe that's not a good thinking, but that's what I would do probably.
Okay, cool. Actually, I did exactly what you said. I bet
Block bet.
small.
Yeah, nice.
He just folds.
I think it's fine.
I think that's pretty good. I love this line because now I'm saying I have and the other guy is like, yeah, I have a better flush, he can raise, or he can just call with his 2 pairs. And in this case, actually, I also blocked so many 2 pairs and I have good hand. So whatever. Yep. I like 1/3 on the river. I don't know if that is the best place in this situation, but
I think
that
block
is,
bet is good here, to be honest.
yeah, I personally think it's
Because
very
you want
good.
them their 2 pairs to call, you want their straights to call, you want and honestly, if you bet like 10 and above, like I could, they're gonna fold a lot of their hands.
There's only one thing wrong with the block bet, and it's not wrong against most players. And it's the player who will perceive the block bet as not having any ace of diamonds in that range. Without the ace of diamonds, I have freedom to bet you. There's enough stack depth that I can get you off this hand. So this is a bad bet against Brian. This is a good bet against lots and lots of people. It's a terrible situation. You should be. So the fact that you were in the blender, you should be in the blender. That is the painful card. The other thing just on this one is it's one thing. Go back to the flop of it. Which is
last hand.
I guess yeah. I guess you.
I'm sorry, on the turn.
Turn this one. I did bet here.
Yep.
And I was thinking
to
about betting bigger.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure about the sizing at all. And I was thinking about checking. I mean, checking here cannot be wrong, right? If I check here, it's probably I can check
Don't
call.
check there. Don't check there. Checking there. You have the best hand here all the time, and you are unbelievably vulnerable. You definitely want to bet here. Because all the rivers are bad. All the rivers are bad. Except for a 7 or an 8. All the other rivers are bad. When you bet this size, and I agree, I think your pot size bet is fine. I think Melanie's bet of 4 big blinds is fine. Mike pointed out that on this board we don't have overbets. We'll look at that when we're done. After the next hand, we'll go back and do that. I think that's true because there's so much locked up equity. I think we don't have overbets. But here's the difference between live and online. That's worth noting here. Online, when they look at this, they see 6 big blinds and a pot of 5 big blinds. They don't see the dollar amount usually. Most people have big blinds set. And so a bet of 10 big blinds or 15 big blinds looks really big here. And maybe that's too big for the value of your hand. All right. But live, they don't. Live, there's $10 in the pot. There's 3 red chips in the pot. There's 2 red chips, that kind of thing. Whatever it is, on the first bet, it's an absolute value more. So you can bet pot on this one or even a little over, and they'll just look and say, oh, it's $20 or whatever.
It's way too big. That is what you're saying, right? They think it's big.
No, it's the opposite.
Oh, sorry.
That the percent of the pot looks bigger than the absolute bet in a single raised pot. So let's play this out at $1, $2. $1, $2. He raised to 5 to start, right? He did 2.5x raise. Was that his
Yep.
initial raise? Yeah, 2.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was.
So there's basically $10 in the pot they've raked it away. So there's 2 red chips in the pot right now. Or if he raises bigger like they do in most games, there's 4 red chips. You know, he raised in 1, 2, he raised to 10 like they do sometimes. And you folded your 7, 8 offsuit, which you didn't. So there's 4 red chips in the pot. Another 4 red chips, another 5 red chips isn't that much money. And they just call it. So you can get away with that in a live game more than in an online game. They're thinking absolute dollars more than they are thinking that in this. So that's the only point I wanted to make. All right. Last hand is going to go to Rosie.
Last question about this hand. So you said this is not a call pre-flop.
Oh, I didn't just say it. I'm going to, after Rosie's hand, I'm going to show you the chart 11 times.
Oh, okay. So
Sure.
I guess Jack 10 is probably the weakest I called. Okay, I get it.
Yeah,
next
you're
hand.
a little loose here.
Yeah, because it's
Yeah.
Broadway.
I mean, I like to be loose. Ace 9 offsuit.
All right.
Can we raise this?
Yes. Whose hand is it?
Yes.
It's Rosie's hand.
Sorry?
Yes, that's standard open.
Good.
And here we go. What we do now? Flop.
Oh, right. So I am betting. I'm gonna go maybe 3/4 pot. I think.
Okay. Out of position against button, I would always check.
Okay. So in this case, and we'll talk about why. We'll talk about why at the end.
Yeah.
Rosie's betting here, and she's betting big, and Bub is checking. So we're gonna play the check line because Bub played the hand, and then go to the turn.
He's betting big.
What would you
now?
do, Rosie?
So I think I call that.
Yeah.
Raise. Okay.
So we're gonna have less check raises against this larger size, but this is a fine play.
So my idea here is basically I don't have shot on.
Yeah, your check raise is great. It's a great play.
And he's telling me he has a great hand.
Yes.
Now, if I raise, I'm saying like I have trip 8s, trip 7s.
Well, you're saying you have 2 pair plus.
Yeah,
The only suggestion here I would have,
15.
I think this is a good play, but the only suggestion I would have here is to be sensitive to their sizing. You have the perfect check raise here, and so it totally makes sense to take it here. However, I would think about what their sizing is relative to pot.
Yeah.
But again, I think this is a good spot because you've got a lovely check raise here.
He's telling me he's not folding, right? On this flop.
Yeah,
Because
which
he
is an
betting
argument for not
big.
check raising because we're check raise semi bluffing. But
He
it's a
can
great
have-
hand. I think it's a good play.
He can have 8-9, 7-9, Jack 10, Jack 9, something
Yeah,
like
sure.
this.
Sure.
Because his sizing makes sense for these hands. Okay,
He's saying he's
called.
got 2 pair plus. So you get called. So Rosie, what are you gonna do now?
And now the 8 is, I don't know, is it good for me? Is it good for him?
This is where a check raise line gets complicated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But,
So I'm.
but this is Rosie's hand, so we should let her decide.
So Rosie, you check raised, which is not what you wanted to do. But having check raised,
You
What are you
Okay,
didn't want to do that at all, but now you have to play it.
now you have to play it.
Okay. So my instinct is to check here, but I don't know if that's right.
Well, I think it's fine. I think your gut there is good, and also it's important to think about what our SPR is here. So our SPR is very low; it's less than 2. So essentially, any bet, he's pot committed and we're kind of screwed
Do you
because a
like
bet of like so. The normal line here when you bet when you take a check raise line is to take the check raise and then go polar. Either bet a B75 or give up and a check. So B75 here is 20. Let's B66. 20, whatever, 24, 23. But he's
Mhm.
pot committed then. So it's a very hard line to make against a short stack.
does anyone like to have the 9 of spades here?
Yeah,
Bluff.
we like it. We're blocking his nuts and we have a gutter. We like it.
Here's the problem with it.
Really?
So
No
the
way.
thing about the thing about a 9 of spades is we want to block continues with his backdoor flush draws. He doesn't have any. That's not what he called you with. He bet 3/4 pot and you check raised him. He's not calling with backdoor flush draws alone. He's got
You
something
want
else.
9 of hearts. To be
So
honest.
so the 9 of clubs would be the 9 of spades would be good for you in a much if the bets were much smaller.
Yeah, I think Scott is right. I think
Here it's irrelevant.
the two overarching issues here are you have a very low SPR, which means you have less ability to generate a fold, which you want. And he made a big bet. So those two together, I think, make this a give up.
All right, interesting.
I'm-
So
I'm-
You really want to block 9-8, which is 9-8 of hearts.
I
At
think
least
you want to
block.
block
I
the nut.
checked.
Well,
I
what is the
agree.
nuts? You want to block the straight.
I agree with you guys.
Oh,
I
yeah,
checked.
wait. Yeah, it blocks the straight. So.
He bets. What no?
We've given up. But it's Rose's hand. Sorry, I apologize.
I think I'd be folding here.
Yay!
Rosie, we
Really,
didn't let
James?
you actually play your hand much. Our apologies.
And that's all right. That's okay. I'm happy to learn
We
from.
went full
You've got more
poker nerd there.
experience.
Actually, I wouldn't be surprised if I jammed here. And I'm like, oh yeah, fuck this guy.
You're like
9
half
of
pot.
spades, just
You're
It's like
jammed
half
with
pot. He
suicide.
must be bluffing. And just
By the way,
jam.
then maybe I win.
No fold
Who
equity
knows?
jam.
Yeah, Bob, this is a
I
suicide.
don't know. But
This is a
I
suicide.
didn't. I didn't. Okay. Makes
Because
sense.
right, no, we're gonna stop there. That's gonna be our last hand we're gonna do.
Oh,
We're
okay.
gonna talk, but we got 2 things to talk about afterwards. But I'm letting everybody know we are done with hands. So if the only thing you care about is hands and not talk, we're done. But we're not done with poker talk. On that hand, on the previous one with the ace 9, when you so I wanted to talk 2 things to Rosie. So you bet out on this flop with your draw. Perfectly fine thing to do. Let's look at it. Okay, so now, Bub, stop sharing your screen. I'm going to stop sharing Bub's screen. There, I'm going to steal the screen here. And Bub, what you're going to do is you're going to make the Zoom screen big so you can see my screen because you're going to see something.
Oh, okay.
First,
I
we're
thought.
gonna-
Oh, now I see it directly after
Good.
after I just closed my screen. I can directly see your screen.
Excellent. Good. Okay, so
That's
first thing we're going
that's
Do you
good.
want to change your stats? Will we get 200 bigs in this hand?
Yeah, no,
Sorry.
I'm not doing that one. I'm doing. That's we're going to come back to that one. That's
Okay.
this.
Okay. No worries. No
Here we
worries.
go. So
I
this was
wasn't able
this
to
was
do
the cutoff raise.
that.
Yeah, cutoff raised, button called. Right. Flop comes. This is your hand with ace 9. Flop comes. List it out to me.
What's your flop,
Was jack.
Bozer?
What are
It
we
was
talking
jack.
about?
It was
It was 8-7
jack and
jack.
No, we had a gut shot. We had ace 9. So
Yeah,
it was
8-7 jack. Or
8-7 jack, 7-8 jack,
What are we talking
7-8
about?
jack.
Because
Let's talk
I
about
can
the
see-
last hand we did. What was your flop?
yeah.
7-8 jack.
7-8 jack.
With 7-8 jack. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. That was our hand. Okay. So the first thing to notice here, Rosie, is look at how much the range checks out of position. So ignoring our hand entirely. We
Yep,
mostly
that is what I did.
okay. And Rosie was betting here. So that's the thing I just want you to see. And if you look at the difference, so you see how often when we're out of position, we check a lot, right? Is that Rosie? You see that? Turn on your mic, Rosie. I'm gonna ask you to unmute. There we go.
Yeah, gotcha.
Okay, gotcha. So this is a pattern you're gonna see a lot, which is when you're out of position and you're right next to the person who called you. The two of you are right next to each other because your ranges are similar. You check a lot. If you had raised the low jack, so you raised the low jack and gotten called by the button, and we get a flop, the same flop. Jack.
Okay.
7. We still bet check a lot. This flop is so weird for us. Okay, good enough. So the argument the thing I was gonna tell you doesn't apply to this flop, so ignore that. Let's just stay on this one. The thing to know is out of position, we check a lot. And here is the thing that is really uncomfortable about that. There are a lot of flops that you're gonna check, they're gonna bet, and you're gonna fold and you're gonna lose. And neither of you have anything. You're gonna lose those jump balls. And you're gonna look back and say, why didn't I bet? You know, because if I bet, he would have folded. And that's all true. What we found is through solvers and players who are better than us, that it is a better play, a more profitable play to have a robust check raising strategy rather than, you know, that, and in that check raising strategy are a lot of bluffs.
I think
And a lot of
So also a pretty wide calling range on the flop.
So you become a much less pleasant player to play against, and that is your goal. It is more profitable in this situation to out of position do a lot of checking, and then we're going to see. So here's Jack 8-7. All right, we can bet. The bet is not a mistake. And now let's look at our exact hand. Ace-9 offsuit. We have it, and it does some betting. Your bet is not a mistake, but notice the size of the bet. It's almost always small. And the reason is that the hands that already there exists a hand that is the nuts, the 9-10.
Ace-9 offsuit check raise. I'm very sure.
We're gonna find out.
Ace-9 will check raise.
Yep, we're gonna go through. That's what we're gonna do too. But it's not gonna check raise very often against his size. That's what we're gonna find. I believe.
Oh yeah, that is true.
These are our
Because
predictions.
his sizing was.
We're gonna
huge.
fold. We're gonna fold a lot to his size.
Yeah.
But just want to just go piece by piece. So we do a lot of checking, and the bet is not wrong, but the solver doesn't bet large. And I agree with the solver that in game, we are better off betting small here because he has a ton of hands that are just going to fold, that just have nothing, that are just jump balls against ours. And he folds and we win and it's great. And they all fold to the smaller bet and the bigger bet. They fold to both sides. Most of his hands that call both sizes, most of them. So we're just spending more on our bluff than we need to when we bluff.
If you click the equity graph, I'm guessing it's no nut advantage and no range advantage on the left side, middle left.
Yep, let's take a look at it. Yep, we are just vroom. We are the same.
Like
we have
even.
the same hands. We have the same range. Yeah, exactly. So let's get back to where are we on strategy? I lost my button. There it is. Hand. Okay. So when you bet here, which is fine, betting small is better. So we're going to take your line here where you take the bet. We're going to do the small bet, and he called. And now when we get this 8, we were saying who is the 8 better for? It was a 8 that paired that gave a flush draw.
8 heart or
I can't remember whether it was the top.
Before we look at it, what do you think is better for? I personally think it's just better for in position in this case because he called.
Right, exactly. We don't bet a lot of
8 of spades.
All of his 8s.
8 of spades.
It doesn't matter which one it was. I mean, it's the 8 of spades. But I couldn't
any 8 is better for in position.
No, I haven't.
In my opinion.
No, I'm with you. It was the 8 of spades, but I couldn't remember whether it was the jack of spades, whether it fit the top or the bottom card.
Yeah, you got it right. Yeah.
Yeah, but we'll do this. Okay. So now, having done that, it's back on us. And the answer is we like that card. We only check 33% of the time. And our ace-9 continues. We were bluffing. We had a gut shot and we don't give up. So on the line that you took, Rosie, where you bet, you mostly in the solver continue. Doesn't mean that that's how you have to play. We're not going to play like solvers, but we want to know. We want to know the solver thing. So it mostly continues with it bets because it's a gut shot, and then it continues because it's still a gut shot.
Can we go over our check raise line?
Yes, we're going to do that in a second because that's where we're going to. equity graph. And now, as you see, after the bet and the call, this card is better for us. I'm surprised.
I'm
I-
very
I'm
surprised
surprised too,
also
actually.
about how
Maybe
much
they're supposed to
we
raise the
bet on the
button,
turn.
but
I wouldn't do that. I'm a little bit scared.
I'm surprised. I'm
yeah, I was
surprised.
surprised at that.
Okay, so my intuition was wrong on this. All right, now so let's try to update our intuitions. Now we go to, let's take the check line here. We check. His most common sizes are, this is him.
Sure.
He never goes tiny on this board. So we can't even see what he does tiny, but he goes 50% and 70%. Against the 50%, our check raise frequency is 9%. Just ignore the hand, just 9%. Against his size, our check raise frequency is 6%. And the way that you should picture this, when you see the difference between 9% and 6%, and you say to yourself, oh, that's only 3%, that's a small amount. No, that's 1/3 less. So if you were betting 21 hands here against this size, you're only betting 14. It's a lot of hands difference. So the difference between 9 and 6% is big. Not huge, but it's big. Don't look at it as 3%. Look at it as 1/3 difference. Does that make sense to everybody in the math?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
So you count.
Yeah, if 90% doesn't do anything, 10% is doing a lot, right? If
Yes.
you-
Yep, exactly. Okay, there we go. So good enough. So now let's look at the ace nine itself. Against the 50% bet, the ace nine is perfectly willing to do a check raise. Most of the time, it just calls and tries to take its equity, which was Roxy's second line. She said against the bet she was calling. This is against
middle
the
left or
middle left. Thank you.
for the
Middle-
hand.
There it is. Good.
Okay.
And what's its preference of suit? Is it dramatic? It's not dramatic. There's a few. It's the ace of spades does it here, but the ace of spades doesn't do it. Where's the other ace of spades?
I was thinking you probably want to block the backdoor ace flush
Yeah.
draws, but when the spade comes in, maybe you want to block the 9 of hearts.
Yeah,
on the
ace of
I don't
spades.
know. I don't know. It's just a guess.
Spade goes another. You can bluff. You can continue bluffing on your ace of spades, so it's kind of nicer. But it doesn't do it with the ace of spades with the 9 of hearts. So there are technicalities here that we don't need to learn now. They're not important. We got bigger fish to fry. So against his small, the ace nine did it this often. Still the minority, but okay. Against his bigger size, the ace nine starts to fold. Does a fair amount of calling, which is what Rosie wanted to do against that size when played is this way, which is fine. And
Yeah, I
very
decided to
very little
raise.
check raising. Very little.
And the reason is
6% compared
just
to 10%.
I personally like more aggressive lines.
Yeah.
That's all.
Right. So
Because I feel like I'm more in control since I take the aggressive line.
Yep.
It's not really a good reason, but yeah, it's probably a good reason against most players, right?
Right.
If I
But I don't
raise
think it's
here,
good- But I don't think it's a good reason against their 70% size. I think he's telling you something here. And you said
yeah, he has a good hand.
he likes his hand. And now the other reason that your play was ill-advised was he started the pot with only 70 or something. The amount of blinds he had left,
50 bigs, something like this.
the amount of blinds that he had left at this point when you did your check raise were not enough to get him to fold a top pair. Just top pair. He didn't need to have 2 pair or better to call you down.
I counterfeit this with that point that my raise looks even stronger when I do it.
Right. And so when he calls you, you gave up, right? But he's saying, so it looks stronger, but he's already told you that he likes his hand.
Yes.
We're saying to him, you like your hand, and my hand is so good that I like it even better, which you would be able to do if it were true, and he would call you. So if you had a set here, it was not going to be hard for you to get all the money in against a jack. Therefore, it's going to be hard to get a jack to fold.
Mm-hmm. True.
He seemed with the combination of him betting big on the flop and him being short gives you much less maneuverability room on the bluff part of your tree. So I would just let all the bluffs go, except for the monster combo draws that don't care about getting it all in. You know, your gut shot and flush draw. Your open-ended. Is it possibly open-ended? It's not possible to be. Yeah, you can be open-ended. Your 6-9 of spades. You don't have 6-9 of spades here, so that goes out the window. But just that. I think that the bluff against the big size when he's short is ill-advised. You don't have to agree with me, Bub, but does that make sense? Do you understand?
Yeah, it makes perfect sense.
Good.
Yes.
Right. And you do not have to agree. It's very important you don't agree. We just have to be clear. Okay.
No, it's more about like perception about my opponent, and I think here I was a little bit lucky that I just won the pot somehow. Did I win the pot in the end? I don't really know. I did lost, right?
No, you gave up on the turn bet. No.
Yeah, I lost on the turn. But
Yep. Okay. Good enough. Is there anything else anybody else wants to add about this hand and the check raise strategy as opposed to the bet strategy?
Can we just look
I
at
see a turn.
the check raise turn, call, and then give it this repeat 8, I think it was, and what our continued strategy
So
is.
against the actual size. Against the actual size.
It didn't actually like check raising the ace-9 off the solver, right? So could you show what it does on a check raise on that flop?
Yeah. Let's look at that. Let's look at what the value and the bluffs are. And
then we're gonna you were there.
And then we're gonna go on to yours, Larry.
Cut off.
Yes, cut off. So check, bet. We're here, and we want to see what we raise.
You want to see the check raise range, yeah. So you bet big. We don't do much, but we have some, right?
Right.
Our jacks, our 10-9 is mixing.
Yeah. Who does it a lot?
Sets. It sets. It sets and
rates for value.
But then we want to block theirs. So the king-9 likes it. The over with the gutter is always a very popular one. I think if you just want to simplify this to where your bluffs come from, an over and a gutter. There it is.
Right. So the ace-9.
Yeah,
and the king-9
probably doesn't like it as
the
much
weakest
raising
is top
sometimes.
pair, top kicker, and then you have pair plus draw, right?
Yeah. Ace-jack doesn't even do it that much. It calls.
Ace-jack doesn't want to, and it doesn't need to because he made a big bet.
Yeah.
It doesn't want to generate folds.
Yeah, he's polarized.
When it check raises, it's folding out his bluffs that are using the sizing, and it doesn't like that.
Yeah.
But king-9 is, I think, and I was talking to Dean about this last night, actually. King-9 is good here because it's got the gutter, and it's got an over, and it folds out ace-x, and we love that.
Right. And right. So that's why king-10, that's why king-jack, I'm sorry, king-10 does it more than ace-10.
And I think the important ones to find are like 10-7, 9-7.
Well, they might be
gut shot.
I mean,
I know they are.
We name like 6 different combos. Let's just simplify the game and say, all right, we got a gutter and an over, and we fold out ace high. Let's take those.
Yeah.
Yeah,
King-9
loves balanced in total,
King-9 loves it more than ace-9 suited. King-9 loves it more than ace-9 offsuit.
What would be a good heuristic for you to say like Jack-10 suited is raising a lot, but Jack-10 offsuit is not?
I mean, why is this?
Yeah,
Is
exactly.
Jack-10 Jack-10's
how do you find this? Or like Queen-10 offsuit?
I mean,
and
as long as you're
Queen-10
balanced in
suited
your
is
overall range.
raising a lot.
just those Jack-10 suited have more equity because they got a backdoor flush draw, right?
No,
apart from the
no,
hearts. But
two of them have
Yeah,
it. The one that
it's
doesn't.
true.
Oh yeah, they all have it. Yes, all three of them have backdoor flush.
Except the hard one, obviously, because
Oh, we can't have.
the hard one they
Yeah.
just unblock what they
And the
they
hard one does
unblock
it.
their backdoor flush draws. Yeah,
Right.
they
But the
unblock
hard one does it less.
So
Notice that. So
I
there
don't
you
know
go.
why. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure why the Jack 10 of hearts is check raising so much compared. I can understand the
No,
others.
it's doing it
but-
less.
I think.
Jack
well,
10
I mean, it
punches
is less. It is less. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not a huge difference, but it's doing it.
Okay,
I mean, if you're
to be
looking at the
balanced,
tight
so-
edges
on the
of solver, it's
on
a
the
big
flop, you
difference.
usually
But we don't play in the world of the tight edges solver.
Oh.
We play in a different world
yeah,
with
but
humans.
also
okay.
on the flop you want to block backdoor flush draws.
Okay,
Also.
another cool thing is
If
about
you're
like
bluffing
yeah,
or if you're value betting.
if you look at the suited, Jack 10 suited, Queen 10 suited, King 10 suited, they all like to raise sometimes. But let's now look at it. Queen Jack offsuit. Queen Jack offsuit, Queen Jack
does not have a
offsuit.
backdoor. King 10 that does not have the that does not have the additional backdoor straight at the top that Queen 10 has folds the heart.
Backdoors.
Yeah, and
backdoor
Queen
straight nut draw.
Because the Queen
and
makes
Queen Jack
a better nut straight than the King does.
Yeah.
But
When
the
a
thing
nine
where I wanna go to is Queen Jack
Queen-
offsuit, King Jack
Queen nine.
offsuit.
Yeah,
If
but
you
can I
look
talk?
at these, you see, they just call.
Yeah,
They don't
Because they're less vulnerable, but they're less vulnerable to being outdrawn, and also they
Yeah.
dominate his jacks. So like, you know, he can be betting with a worse jacks, and we're just getting value, right?
But we only check raise
And they're less vulnerable.
but also because he can have ace jack and he can have king jack and queen jack, in his line.
we
only
can raise
jack-
ace jack offsuit.
King
Yeah,
jack we
that's
raise
true.
is ace jack for value, and the 10 jack, which is top pair and the gut shot. That's what it's the combo that
yeah.
does this.
I mean, you have to look at
that.
their range after you raise to really understand like why it's playing like this. Because like the solver knows each other's strategy, so you have to actually go to the next node if you really want to understand why it's playing these specific raises.
Yeah. You know, we spent a couple
so
years
it's like
going
it
very,
goes
very
forever.
Yeah, there was about a year ago, 2 years ago, we spent some big sessions rabbit holing solver, but in retrospect, I don't know if that was the best way to spend our time.
I enjoy it. Let's time to a pig.
It is fun. It is. I mean, if you love poker, it's interesting.
Yeah. Now, Larry,
but
you
I
had a
don't
question.
know if it increases our big blind per 100.
8 of spades.
Right. Now, Larry, you wanted to know on the turn. You want to say what?
Yeah, so let's just give it. I mean, this is always I think something that's implementable.
Right.
What cards are we continuing with? What cards are we shutting down with? Clearly, the 8 is good. I think the 8's good, probably because he's only got one combo of 8-8 now.
Okay, so a pure blank.
Pure blank is good. I mean, we'd love to have turn reports. We don't have them.
No, pure blank is terrible.
So here we go. Pure blank, we shut down. Right now, I think the argument that we came up with when we were rabbit holing these is that it doesn't complete any of our bluffs. And I would argue probably the 8 is good because it reduces his thick value.
Yeah. Ace. Not good.
Not good.
Another
So we
jack.
dunk on the 8
jack,
spades.
Doesn't like the other jack on this line.
So
Oh wait, this is cut. No. This is check bet. Oh, this is check bet call line. Sorry, check bet. We need check bet raise line. The reason the 8 was so good is that we called our 8s. You want to check bet raise line. Check bet raise call. This is what you wanted, right?
Yeah, yeah. Check raise line. What do we continue with?
Spades.
Is the check bet raise call 8 repeat 8?
Repeat
So
8.
it likes the 8.
Like the 8.
Is that because it
moves on?
Is that because it blocks his sets? It's the bottom.
Yeah, I think in theory the thought is that he's only got one combo of 8s left.
Sorry,
two of hearts.
Likes the 2 of hearts.
Similar. So we're continuing about 65% of the time-ish on both those.
So what about another jack? That would be interesting.
Do that too. Ace of hearts. Ace of hearts, we check the hell.
Yeah,
Check the
we
hell
don't
out
like
of
these cards.
Another
Yeah.
jack destroys all our queens, kings, and
So
aces.
on a
so-
jack, I would
But on-
expect like
so-
a 33% bet in position.
Small bet, maybe?
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
so we're
go
totally
small.
shutting down on a repeat jack.
We don't have to go
Just
big in position.
In
So
position,
I mean,
we just check.
we don't know the thin lines that solver is working with, and whoever is talking about looking at range versus range interaction, I think it was Daniel, is the way to do it.
Yeah.
And you're totally right. But
Yeah.
it's helpful for us to understand what to continue with here and what we don't. Like,
Yeah.
it's very simple to understand when we don't continue on a repeat jack. Because
Yeah,
he has a
so-
lot of jacks that he check raise calls. So we should,
So
And then
when we have a jack-
actually,
And look at our
he
queens
should
and kings,
have
they
a lot
just
of
kinda
8x,
yeah.
and he can have a lot of 7x.
of course, he's got other parts of his range, but
Yeah.
you know,
No,
there's a
no,
reason
no,
we
I'm
shut down
just
on the
saying-
jack. And it's because he's got a lot of jack.
Yeah. But just remember, they both know each other's strategy like perfectly.
Yes.
You're right.
Yeah.
And
You know, so,
range
yeah.
versus range interaction and deep diving is
Yeah.
fascinating. You're right.
Okay.
It-
Moving on to the next subject, and then before we're done, and Melanie, so if so I am probably available Friday. I may not be, in which case I'll give it to Larry to run it. And Larry, just so you know, on Friday, I will definitely be able to turn the machine on. I don't have shows Friday. I'm just driving, so it's like whether I'll be available. So if I don't get on there, call me and wake me up, and I will start the
So
thing.
you are going to be in a car when you're on Friday during the
I
session?
don't know. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going to be Friday. I'm gonna
Okay,
find
no
out.
worries, no worries. I'll be ready.
Find out later.
I'll build a solve. Just be
I
ready.
think I'm probably going to be in Vegas and be available, but I have to check.
All right, no worries.
I'll text you, but we'll see. But we're definitely going on Friday. So those of you, so Rosie, this is your first time. We're going to do this again Friday, same time. You're welcome
Come back, Rosie. I hope
Okay,
we've not
good.
been too intimidating.
And then Mel, we're going to try. If your hands are ready, we'll focus on your hands on Friday or Monday if you're not available on Friday. Blah blah blah. Now, Bob.
All right.
Everyone can participate in this, but this is all for Bob. Bob.
Thank you.
All right, ready? Here we go. You are in the big blind, and you are looking at defending hands like 10-8, 9-8, 8-7, all this offsuit stuff that you've been defending your whole life, right? You've also been defending 10-3 and 9-3, all this suited stuff, right? Now, I'm going to show you. So we're going to start with the most generic of worlds that we play in, which is the sort of online 2.5, 100 big blind raise kind of world, right?
So my next question would be small blind. Can I just call, or is it pure 3-bet?
No.
Oh, ace, jack,
you can.
You can call.
You shouldn't though.
The small blind, we don't. But you absolutely.
But this
can.
is chip EV, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
This is going to be an NL25 rake, an online,
it's not, yeah.
nice online game where people raise to 2.5. Nice normal thing. Okay. Against
How is this island king? I seen the king 10 offsuit.
We did.
And
You're not going to
some.
Yeah, but we're going to get to that in a second. I want to get this out of your game. I want to pound this in because this is a leak. Even though
Yeah.
even though
That's
you won
very good because I asked for it.
You won
Thank
with
you.
your 7-8 offsuit. Okay.
Mhm.
So against the button, for God's sake, the widest range there is. 9-8 doesn't call and 10-9.
No,
And
fucking
switch it to chip.
7-6
So even if you switch it to chip
calling.
EV, switch it to
Oh
chip
my
EV
God.
and look
I'm
how.
way
Oh,
too
right.
loose.
Yeah, no, I don't need to use.
I'll
Yeah,
give you a chip
alright,
EV
yeah.
in a second, but I just want to show you
Yeah.
that here. And so against something like the cutoff, it's double super secret folding all of this stuff.
So wait. Against the button, we can
Not even
actually. Not even there. We don't call
I'm sorry, 9-10,
8-7 offsuit. Okay, I'm way too
Fold.
loose.
10-9
Okay,
off is
I'm
bluffing,
way
though.
too loose.
Fold.
I'm way
That's
too
zero
loose.
EV,
Okay.
by the way. The 10-9
Now,
off.
let's go deeper.
Okay.
Let's go to a deeper stack. You said, "Oh, I was deeper stack. I was deeper stack." Even worse.
Let's go there. Oh, not even there. Okay.
Sliver of 9. You got a sliver of 9-8 there.
Fucking.
That hand becomes worse, to be honest. At
Way
deeper stack.
too loose. I can tell you.
Yeah. And so now
I love my 7-6 offsuit.
Even if it's chip EV, I think they'll below like.
And you were playing it against hijack and cutoff, where you don't
Yeah.
even.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So
Okay, I learned my lesson.
never
It's not good.
again. Never
So
again.
I'm not doing it again.
Okay, good.
Next session, you don't
Now,
see it.
now that we have done that and
Until you're
beaten
a
you to death
crusher.
at it,
No offsuit, direct connected offsuit hands.
no
You
direct
don't
connected
see
offsuit
it anywhere.
smaller than Jack 10.
Okay.
In the
Smaller than Jack 10.
future,
Jack 10 is
can.
already, Jack 10 is at least two Broadways. Okay. So Jack 10 is a different hand than an offsuit connector. Offsuit
Okay,
connector.
that's fine. That's fine.
So that we think of it differently here. But let's look now. This is with no rake. Maybe it's better. Maybe with no rake we can do it. Button raises, no rake. 10-9. 10-9 against the button.
Oh,
Okay.
10-9 calls now.
Yeah. Only the button.
Wait.
Jack 10 against the cutoff, even folding a lot of the time. Okay. That's how extreme it is. All right.
Wait, is it okay if you click the strategy plus EV? So,
you want to look at that? You want to look at how you want to look at all the
it's-
zeros? These are all zeros.
right in the middle, top, below the cutoff node.
Yeah.
Can you shortly show cutoff
it's like
opening range?
Sorry, yeah.
It's strategy. We don't have any of these until then. It doesn't have
Cutoff out of opening range. What is cutoff opening range here?
just this.
It's just 10 offsuit, and no, we defend like Jack offsuit.
So the cutoff's opening range is not that. This is not that different than a tournament opening range. It's a little different. I mean,
It's very different because normally he would open like a 9 offsuit here, and
it's
he
like
would
one
also open 6 suited, like Queen 6 suited, Jack 6 suited, 10 6 suited, 9 6
So
suited.
his cutoff range is closer. His cutoff range is somewhere between that and this, right? This is more. This is more of a tournament cutoff range. The button.
Yeah.
It's really just the calling range that gets affected a lot of
I mean,
because there's
Blue
Annie's and
opens
there's chip
way wider,
there's no rake.
to be honest.
But the thing I'm pointing out is this: it isn't the opening range that's killing you. It isn't that we.
The rake is killing me.
The rake and the fact that there isn't another big blind, and the size. You don't open to 3.
Also, you have to play it perfectly post flop.
And 2.3. That's what you guys do. You open to 2 and 2.3. There's another big blind in there, and there's no rake. And that makes all the difference in the world. It changes everything. Because you're calling every suited hand here.
10 of 6 suited. Actually,
but
that is what's
this
that
is
range?
And you should make that adjustment. This is not a solver versus solver. The solver knows its other range. The solver is not trying to maximize EV. The solver is trying to play unexploitably. All the stuff we say about why you should ignore the solver is not true for this. This is real world true.
And
These
I think the biggest part here is for me, 8-7 offsuit is just a fold. I mean, I have to live.
It's just a fold.
I mean, 9-8 offsuit, I can live with. 8-7 offsuit is like a hand where I think sometimes you can.
Nope.
No. Yeah. I understand. You should do
6-3 suited here. 6-3 suited is 0 EV. If you played it perfectly,
fold.
It's probably 0 EV.
Yeah.
But the idea, obviously, behind 8-7 is like, okay, if our opponent has King Jack offsuit, 8-7 offsuit is 2 free cards, right? So it's better than King 10 against King Jack.
Yes, it is. Fold it.
Yeah. But here, yep, just fold the offsuit. Okay, I will just fold all of them. So I don't even care. Yep. And you will see very good hands next time.